Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and our non-conforming friends, welcome back to Friday Rise of the Drow with GM Pimli0Prentiss. We were about to kick it off without ever unmuting, so Nick, I'll hand it back to you.
I was so excited to start that I was like, let's start the session, and tried to do turn one before Frankie could even bring the stream up. Thank you for joining us, everybody. I hope you are excited as I am. We're at the top of round 4 at the fight at the Drow outpost, and it is my turn to start the round. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and drop concentration on this darkness spell, since it's
I will
not
bring
really
the
doing
map up
anything
for
for us
you
anymore.
guys.
And then I think I'm gonna cast a new spell. Hey. None of you can see this, but the Drow casts a spell. She closes her eyes and puts her fist to her face like this, and when she pulls her hands away and opens her eyes are black, inky voids. All right. And let's see. One creature of your choice within 60 feet.
This eye
Fantastic.
bite.
Yes, it is.
Fuck.
Okay, that's an enemy. Adri, I just barely see you there. Can you please make me a wisdom saving roll, DC 16?
Wisdom +9. And I rolled shitty. I failed. I'm going to go ahead and burn
Ooh.
my inspiration.
Good idea.
I fucking hate eye bite. And I rolled worse. Look at that.
No.
Hey. Fucking
Oh,
hate
no.
eye bite.
Hey, Nadri begins to sway suddenly and does the ooh lady on his forehead thing and just falls prone unconscious.
Prone unconscious. Right.
Yep, he's unconscious and obviously he's fallen prone because, well, unless he's got some special ability, you can't stand when you're conscious.
No, and I wasn't concentrating on anything, I don't think. Yeah, okay.
This Drow is going to, let's see, we're going to do some dashes for dashing. And we're dashing. What? Yeah, we're gonna guard her. Not gonna leave her out in the lurch like that. Son of a bitch. Oh, this Drow is very excited by the fact that you're down, and he runs up with a glaive, and he's like holding it up like he's about to do a huge slash. But since he had to dash, he can't do his action right now. Okay.
Edmund, do you have greater restoration?
I do.
Okay.
Oh, I'm
I
so
don't-
sorry too. I have the game still paused like a fool. Um, you guys hear some more commotion coming from the north behind the building? Not clear exactly what's going on. It sounds like the movement of feet. Hmm. Yeah, let's do this. Hear a spell being cast? Sanctuary? I won't even make you guys roll for it. Okay.
Hey, what the hell just happened to this initiative order?
It got a lot bigger. Okay, does anybody have a passive perception of 21 or higher?
Yeah, but I'm asleep.
Aw, that's too bad.
You said 11? You said 11?
21. 21.
Oh, okay.
21.
Fucking Ballard
misunderstood.
barely sees his nose.
All right. Bearden, it's your turn.
Okay, so I've seen Nadri go unconscious. So
You actually
I'm
have
going,
great sight. Everybody else is much more limited than you. You can see almost
yeah,
this whole map, whereas the rest of them can see. Like for example, Balrin right next to you, he cannot see Adri. He cannot see Edmund. You know what I mean?
okay. So I'm gonna go, oh, I'm still measuring. Okay, so I'm gonna go, oh, it was like 10 feet. That way I am within range of Nadri, and I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic to get
Ooh,
whatever
Oh.
is affecting him off.
give me 1 second here. What level are you casting that spell at?
Um, let's go. I don't have very many 3 level. No. We'll go. Yep, we'll go 4th level.
Okay,
I
so
need to
since
roll.
that is not the
Oh,
level of the spell, you're gonna need to roll a spell casting DC, which is just basically take the modifier you use for your spell casting, charisma, and roll a
okay.
d20 and add that number, and it is a DC 16. If you succeed, the effect ends. If not, it does not.
Fucking hell.
You said
What
you said
spell is
ones
that?
are good.
Oh, wait. So, oh no, that's not a saving roll. Damn it. I was like,
Got a
I
way to
guess I'll.
re-roll it? No.
No, let me. I do. Hold on. I have
This is
something.
considered a
Let's see.
check. So if you have something that allows you
Okay.
advantage on checks or a re-roll on a check, because essentially what you're trying to cast the spell and the magic is too powerful, so you're
Is
kind of
this,
trying to like over channel it, but there's a chance that you
would you
could
count
not
it as an
succeed.
attack roll?
No. You don't get to
Okay.
add your proficiency, you only get to add your spell casting bonus. It's
Okay.
okay. I'm not gonna call it an arcana check. It's like similar to the arcana check in that like you're specifically trying to counter the magic with it. It just says that you only get your spellcasting ability bonus, so it doesn't say anything about proficiency. I think it's to make it a
Yeah.
little bit more difficult so that you don't get to counter 9th level spells with ease.
Nope. I don't have
And I hate to
anything.
say it, you
Okay.
burn the spell
Well,
slot, you try to dispel the magic, and absolutely nothing happens.
And that's why I
yeah.
asked for the
Adri
greater
continues lying.
restoration, because there's no check for restoration. But I didn't want
Yeah.
to meta game like that, so sorry.
No,
It's-
I have
No,
the
it's okay.
I have the wand thingy majigger that I can do if, but I will have to wait till next turn. Let's
Sorry,
see.
didn't mean to
Well,
cut you
I
off so
do
soon.
have my spiritual weapon. So I still have 25 feet. I go here. Oh, that's Ursa. I cannot see any body in that building.
So it's either the angle that you're at or the building is truly empty. It's one or the other.
Okay. So, okay, well, gonna go back about. I'm on the other side of the rock, Balrin. So I make my spiritual weapon then and kind of move. Oh, it won't let me move it. Yeah, that way I can at least see to use it next time, and that will be my turn.
So did the combat just start or
Oh, this is round 4 of combat.
okay?
We just started round 4. Two range attacks, perfect. Alrin, 2 longbow attacks are coming your way. Would there be any reason why I would have to roll with disadvantage?
No, but I am hasted, so I think my DC is like 1 billion right now, or AC.
Your AC is
AC
2 higher than it normally would be.
25.
Wow. Well, an 18 isn't going to do it, and a 23, that is a hard number to miss on. Alas,
Yeah,
I have missed.
I really feel bad.
Is what it is. Guess what? Same thing's about to happen again. Another drow emerges from behind the building. It seems like this is an entirely new retinue. You did not see these drow previously. It stand to reason that they have perhaps it was a patrol that was coming near, or maybe they were standing by and heard the commotion. But a bunch more people have just showed up. Cook, it is Ursa's turn. She stands and looks about the room and finds that it is visually empty. They're also muted.
Sorry, caught having a coughing fit. Ooh, can't breathe for a second. I'm gonna come out and come
Would it be
around.
helpful to come back to your turn?
Maybe yeah.
Let me know if you need to. I
Alright.
can take a
10,
couple
10
turns to come
feet
back
gets
to
you out the door. There is only you can make it to me. So that's the full. That's Cook's movement. Would you say he's in melee
Okay.
range with that drow?
Yeah, I think they're close enough to that drow where if Cook wanted to attack, that's acceptable.
Remember, I'm hasted, so I've got 110 feet. of
Oh,
movement.
okay. Well then, yeah, you're good.
110 feet. Holy crap! We've only moved you 35.
No, 45.
Well, with that being said, are you happy with attacking the drow that's right in front of Frankie?
Yeah, I'd like to get rid of that guy.
Yeah, that
He's
was
gonna
just the
start swinging
closest
on
one.
me.
Okay.
If you wanted to go around after the other ones, I'd move you there. I just figured.
No,
you were
I was
going
gonna
after
try to
closest.
kill this guy and then move north.
Okay.
Probably not a bad idea. I mean, Frankie's also incapacitated, so if he didn't make his saving throw, that guy goes after him, and a hit is a critical hit.
So yeah, let me roll it up. Do-do-do-do-do. Reckless attack, great weapon master. Okay. Give me a sec. Sorry guys, digital dice. There we go. Not great. 6 plus 14, 15 to hit.
Sorry, give it to
No.
me one more time. 2 is just
I rolled a
coughing.
6. Yeah, 15 to hit.
That's a miss.
All
You
right.
swing at the
second
guard, and it uses the bar of its glaive to block you.
Second attack. Much better. Dirty 20.
Okay, this time he tries to block your blow again, but he goes high and you go low, colliding with his midsection. Please roll some damage.
$19 plus 10. Oh no.
Got
25.
29 so far.
And then 33.
Okay, so I gotta put another 4 on there. Got it.
All right. Hasted attack.
Do it.
23 to hit.
That is a definite hit. Seems like each time you're swinging, you're finding a sweeter spot. As the drow tries to outmaneuver you, your battle tactics are too good.
So
Dream, I am going
31
to kill
damage
the
on the hasted attack.
camera view for a second. I need to send it to you.
Okay,
and it's
so-
private, and I don't want to leak it to you. So
Next hit you deliver to the drow comes crashing down on his shoulder, and he almost tumbles to the ground, but he doesn't, and he's bloodied.
I don't think I have a bonus action here, so I'm gonna end my turn.
What about a hasted
Okay.
action? Did you take that?
Yeah, that was
Yes.
my last attack.
That was the final attack.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, in my turn.
I'm not super proud of this, but I'm doing it. Oops.
Great way to start a
Some-
turn.
Great.
All right, I am gonna need. Obviously, he's gonna avoid his opponent or his there, but I'm gonna need Ursa and Frankie to make dexterity saving rolls. Frankie, you automatically fail.
Yeah, I know.
Not super proud of that, but I gotta take advantage where I can here. All right, Nadri, 33 lightning damage, and let's have a DC 14 dex saving roll from Ursa.
Made it at advantage and rolled a 4 both times.
All right, so you also take 33 points of lightning damage. If your rage damage reduction applies, you may, of course, apply that.
It does.
That's the template.
Said 33.
33 lightning damage as the War Mage cackles, knowing that it definitely did some damage to Nadri. Maybe not so sure about Ursa, but boy, got an opponent laying down like that. You just gotta, you gotta give it to him. Edmund, it is your turn.
Now, would my interception do anything for that or not? Because it's not. Well, I guess not. Because it's not a melee attack. Never mind.
Unfortunately, yeah, just because it's a lightning bolt, there's no way for you to block the energy from also enveloping Nadri, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right. So the eye bite was cast by somebody behind the wall in this
Yeah,
room.
actually, it looks like whoever's spell affected Nadri, you cannot see that person.
I can't.
It seems to be
Okay.
an effect that came from the northeast.
Okay, so I can't. I don't have line of sight to any. All right.
Not to that
So-
person, but you do to Nadri.
Right.
For
right.
example, you could try to affect Nadri with a greater restoration, something like that. Although, yeah, the person with the actual spell, you don't see them, at least not yet.
All right. So if I read eye bite, I assume they put him to sleep.
Oh yeah, this is a definite.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna go make
Nadri
my
just
way
fell asleep.
over to Nate.
Okay.
And I will use my action to kick, hit, punch. I'll use my shield to kind of block him, the attacks, and then I will give him cover. But I will.
Oh, I'm sorry.
vigorously-
I already made a mistake. Nadri,
Oh.
you're awake now. After you take damage,
Okay,
you wake up.
so I
Oh.
see.
Sorry about that.
No,
I already
okay.
made a dumbass mistake. So
No,
yeah,
that's-
Nadri's actually no longer unconscious, but is still prone.
All right, so he's
Sorry
awake.
about that.
Nope, problem.
Helps to read the spell.
No problem.
No, I thought I was still incapacitated too. I thought it took greater restoration.
Yep. No, it just says somebody
It
can
says-
wake you up, or if you take any damage, you're immediately woken up.
Hell yeah.
That's
no.
okay.
Yeah,
That
it was-
was worth it. You got an automatic fail on that lightning bolt, so that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna burn the slot. I was just gonna hit you awake.
Yeah, it sounded like Edmund was gonna kick you awake too. So I'm
That's
just
what it
Yeah,
trying to-
sounded
I was
like.
gonna put myself in between.
He could have done a gentle, shoulder shrug or something. But hey,
I feel like he
Alright.
still can.
I could, but nah.
Nadri's sitting up, rubbing his head. Edmund's kicking him like, "Wake up! Wake up!"
Alright, what do I got? 30? I'm,
You might be on the measure tool if it's not moving you.
I am.
I do it all the time. Just ignore it. Yeah, just do a 30 feet on the first number because it's
No, I got
totaling
it.
your move.
I'm just trying to see who I see. Alright, he's over here.
So you see before you a Drow War Mage, a heavily armored Drow Guard, a Drow Warlock, whose
War
eyes
Mage.
are inky black as the void.
That's the one in the
Ooh,
back.
and you just see the shin guard of another Drow Guard behind her.
Okay, so the one that I think the one with the white hair. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, her eyes are black as the void. Almost looks like shadows are like, emanating from them somehow. Shadowy
Yep.
smoke or something.
Are to.
Yeah, it's clear that she's under the effect of some type of spell.
Yep. So we're going. We're gonna try. Find it. See what. Oh, sorry. I was just had to look up the how far they are. Shit. Apart.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So. I think I. All right. Mind. Sorry. I didn't measure some distance.
Sure.
All right. Then I am just simply going to use my action to. I'm going to try to guiding bolt one in the back.
Now, when you say the one in the back, are you talking about the warlock, or are you talking about the
one with the
guard
white
all the way
hair,
back?
the one you're on.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I don't know why that moved her. Let me put her back in place. Okay. So she needs to. Is it a dexterity saving roll?
No, I gotta roll. I roll it.
Gotcha. I'm sorry. In my head is Toll the Dead, and I know you say
I
that,
know,
but
because that's usually that's my go-to.
or maybe I was thinking of like Sacred Flame or something. But for whatever reason, I thought I had to roll a save here.
No.
Ah.
Damn, that's rough.
Dang. This is just past, like, just over her ear. Like, you were so close.
I know that. What a crappy roll. Plus freaking 11.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what it is with Guiding Bolt, but I miss
I
with that
don't know
spell
either.
It,
I know.
all the
I've
time.
never
And
seen
it's such a
any
good
spell.
spell, but I
I've
miss
never
all the
seen
time.
any spell miss as much as a guiding.
It's crazy. Damn it. All
I
right.
think it's because it's so good of a spell, the game knows it and is like, yeah, no. Have that for first level.
So bonus action. All right. So since I'm coming into round 4, is anybody on our team particularly hurt?
That I'm not sure. I don't exactly recall how everybody's health points are looking.
I'm only
Obviously,
down
Nature's
that
taking a little
33
bit right
lightning,
now.
but I'm fine.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
helping.
I'm just gonna look for some cover behind the rock. Call my.
Wait, let's see where you're at. Sorry, I had to go refill my coffee. All right. Cover. Yeah, I mean, you're really not gonna find much cover where you're at.
Yeah, I'm just gonna behind these rocks if they really are there. But if not, don't worry about it.
They're just so small. Like, really, the only and I would say this too. I forgot to tell you this. Trees you see on the map. Please just pretend those are rocks because I couldn't find an underground version of this. This is like
No
the
worries.
nighttime forest version. Yeah, just go ahead and pretend those are rocks. They do have lights in the building and stuff. Even though Drow are sensitive to sunlight, they could still have torchlight and things like that. So it emanates from the building and whatnot like it normally does. It's just that those trees, like I said, just pretend those are rocks instead. If you do manage to make it behind one of them, I'll give you half cover.
I can't. I only have like 5 movement left, so I can.
Okay. Well, in the future for the battle, you get behind something big like that, I'll give you half cover.
I'm just gonna take cover if I can. All right, we're good.
Okay. And Orin, Earden, you guys are starting to large number of ghouls, specifically drow ghouls. They're just rushing around this corner and pretty much streaking straight towards you. Spread them out a little bit.
I was debating on daylight or the guiding bolt. Pissed that it missed.
Nadri, you find yourself prone. You momentarily passed out, were jolted awake by the pain of lightning going through your whole body.
As I'm laying there, I look up at this drow guard and I go, I used to think you guys were crazy, and now I see you're nuts. As I cast heat metal on his cod piece,
Yar!
At 6th level
Ooh!
for 6d8 damage.
Hey, I'm bracing for it.
Wow, I
Oh,
rolled
God.
14 with 6d8.
Oh my man.
14 fire damage to the testes is still probably pretty
Yeah.
effective.
Bonus action.
Wow.
I will also do my Halo of Spores damage. Let me find how many dice I get for that. Because I always
He
forget
gets a
to use
con
this.
saving throw against it.
Yeah, DC 16.
What the?
That's a fail. That is a fail.
So that's another 7 necrotic.
All right.
Um,
As his testes heat up and he breathes in spores of black mold and things like that, he begins to cough.
absolutely. I will stand up using half of my movement. Oh, Halo of Spores uses my reaction, not my bonus action. My bad. So I still have bonus action. I'm going to go ahead and pull out my wings. Fly the rest of my movement. So half of 40, so 20 feet up. I'll take an opportunity attack, but I'm leaving this guy to Ursa. Nadri don't do melee.
And as you're just about out of his reach, he takes a last-ditch effort to swing towards you
Misses.
and misses. It's a bad miss. Okay. And would you like to do anything else?
Nope, I can't. Use my action, bonus action, and reaction all in one turn.
All right. And Nadri's best friend, Balrin, bring us home on the end of round 4.
All right, so Balrin just had some good news because he's been sitting over here in the dark. The only thing he could see was Earden until these ghouls started running at him, and that's the direction the arrows came from. So he was kind of panicking, like, do I run off and leave Earden? I said I was going to protect her. He just yells, he's like, all right, just stay safe. And then he takes off because Balrin does do melee. And he's got 50 feet of movement because he is hasted, which gets him to perfect.
Ooh, nice. I like that.
Right there. And because these are ghouls, would that qualify them as undead? Because smites do cool things to undead.
They are certainly undead. They bear the
Alright.
resemblance and stench of undead.
All right, well, let's go ahead. We'll do the one. We'll do the one to the south, the one closest to Earden. Give a swing at that guy. That is a 15 to hit.
Okay, and a 15 will do it.
Okay. And I will. And all right, so that is 20, but I'm going to throw a second level smite on there, which would be 3d8s, except it's 4d8s because of they are undead.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
1d8, where'd you go? Ooh, it's 8 plus, that's 11, 31 damage on that first hit.
As Balrin swings the hammer into the drow and it makes a connection with him, the entire cavern alights in like a microsecond spark of radiant light, and the drow becomes a fine pink mist as the power of Belir destroys it.
Yes, yes. So I'll take my second attack on the one. We'll go the one to the west.
While Max rolls that, Nick, I forgot. Heat Metal's a concentration spell, so that Drow Guard is going to have disadvantage on all attacks and saving throws while I maintain that.
Okay, got it. And just for clarity, there's no escaping it, right? He either has to end your concentration or just deal with it, right?
In my concentration, he can make a...
Well, he could remove the armor,
Yeah,
I
he
guess,
could
too, but that's
use...
gonna take him too long.
Yeah.
He's got heavy armor. That's gonna take him 10 minutes. He'll be burnt up by the time it happens.
That's why I wanted to get out of
That's
range.
a. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry, Max. I'm talking on your turn. My bad.
Oh, we're good, brother. All right, so that's an 18
That's
to
it,
hit
server mute.
on this hit.
18's a hit.
All
You
right,
can't
that's
How much
server
damage?
mute me.
you know what? I'm gonna hold my I just rolled 25 damage, just without the smite.
All right. This time the hammer does not spark. Yet Balir continues to bless Balrin with another kill.
Okay, so then I'm going to my hasted attack, the guy to the, what is that, east?
Okay. This guy here.
Yep. Okay, that's a 27 to hit.
Oh,
Or,
yeah, that's a definite hit.
18 damage. We'll go 18
Okay.
damage.
Your hammer connects with his chest. Whoops, I did the math wrong there. Hammer connects with his chest, and you hear the crunch of ribs, and he cries out in pain, but he doesn't die.
Okay. Well, because I picked up Great Weapon Master and I killed something this turn, I will take a bonus action and finish this guy off.
Right.
For another 27 to hit for 21 points of damage.
And that is definitely enough to do it. As he doubles over in pain, Baldwin raises the hammer and brings it down on the back of his skull, ending his undeath.
Yeah, and then I'm just standing there covered in blood and gore and ooze and whatever else comes off these things, just staring at the one that's left in front of me. Like picking pieces of brain out of my beard.
Yes.
Right. Sorry, I
And
was
that's my
replying
turn,
to
if
a
that wasn't clear.
Discord
Sorry.
message real quick. No, that was my bad too. I was replying to a Discord message. Okay. It's my turn. All right. Let me do one thing before I take my turn. There's that token. Ability.
For those who don't know what's going on, I asked Nick if he could expand my vision. That way, when these other players are going, I'm able to follow the action. That way, we're not just going, oh, I wonder what's happening out of view.
Shit. Frankie, I don't know if I know how to do that.
No, it's okay if you can't. I was just wondering, like, maybe you extend my dark vision, like if you type a distance in. I'm not sure if you do. I'm not familiar with boards.
That
and
I can do. I was gonna actually just reveal like what I can see on the map too, but like everybody can see the GM map and stuff. Even if it kind of breaks immersion for you a little bit, it's like all right, but for the stream, it makes a lot of sense. But yeah. That being said, I extended your range to 300, but there's still a ton of the map you can't see
No,
because the
that's
building's
fine.
blocking you.
I can see Ballrin now. Like I had no idea he was all the way up there. I thought he was still down here. Okay, yeah. So now I can
Actually,
follow
let
the
me
action.
There might be something else I can do. Give me a second here.
Sorry guys, I didn't mean to slow the game down.
No. This is important. It has to do with the stream. Oh, I think I gotta go to configuration for this. Okay, so what I can do is if I give you ownership of every single character, you can see what every single character sees. So let's see. Ooh, I can make you an observer. Maybe that'll work. Click on Max's token and see if you can see what he sees.
No, just me and Ursa.
Okay.
Oh
1
no,
second.
it worked for Edmund.
Okay.
Yep.
So I made you an owner, not an observer. So just don't move the token because you actually own all the
absolutely
tokens now.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I at least got you on Balrin, which is where a lot of the other action is going on. So between Balrin and Edmund, you should be able to see everything at least right now.
Yep, I can.
So that kind of works out because now you still can't see the invisible stuff. Oops. What did I say?
Oh, now I know what I'm doing
I don't-
next turn.
I
See
don't want to cast that
invisibility.
again. Edmund, can you please make a DC 16 Wisdom saving roll? Warlock fixes her gaze on you, and you start to feel a panic rising within.
Okay. Oh my god.
Dude, these
Are
saving
you
throws
immune to the,
tonight.
Are you immune to the frightened condition?
Oh, is this a spell effect?
This is the spell effect from Eye Bite. It
Oh, I have
is the
advantage on it.
panic.
I have advantage.
All right, roll it up again.
Come on,
Otherwise, you
Edmund.
are gonna be literally frightened of the warlock and have to move away
Ooh.
from it. But 16 makes it. It's
Whew.
make it or break it. So you did it. All right. So you feel this panic rising within you, but you're able to quell it with your resolve, and the warlock ain't no damn fool. She is not gonna stick around to see what happens. Am I stuck on?
Oh,
Here we go.
listen.
This guard rushes forward, realizes it's not going to make it to Edmund, so he pulls out a longbow, and let me just see. 2 ranged attacks. So let's do it. Does it show up in the chat? There we go. Would I have reason to roll with disadvantage here, Scott? You have like a cloak of displacement or anything like that? I'm gonna assume no.
Oh,
Critical.
sorry, I was muted. Sorry. Fate.
Okay.
Disadvantage.
No, I don't have any reason to roll with disadvantage. Okay. Can anybody or does anybody want to prevent this from being a critical against? Actually, you can
I
prevent
can't.
this,
I can
Scott.
do it myself.
Brave clerics.
Yeah, you bet your ass.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
So it's still a hit, but it's just going to be normal damage. 10. Can you read the ability? Do I have to re-roll, or does it just say it just isn't a critical?
It's a regular hit. It becomes a regular.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
All right,
it's
so
just like
10 damage,
adamantine.
and then we're gonna get one more,
Exactly
and
how
that is
far
gonna be
away
a miss.
exactly how far away is Edmund from me?
Edmund is like 10 feet away from you. This Drow
Oh,
is like
never mind.
20 feet away. Oh, okay, Edmund is actually 7 feet away from you. The Drow is 15 feet.
I needed him to be within 5. It's all good.
No, I'm good.
Gotcha. Let's
What,
see.
how do you get this stuff to show up in
Did you clicked it, and it's in
oh,
the
it
chat
did.
here.
Oh,
Sentinel
I
at
was
death's
off screen.
door.
Okay, sorry. Thank you. I wasn't even looking.
And you can use this time a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier. All right, we're gonna spread the love here and throw 2 longbow attacks at Ursa. So we've got a 16 to hit and a 10 to hit. The 16
The
hits.
16 hits, yeah.
All right. So, and if you're raging, this will be halved.
9
9 damage, 5 if you're
was that
raging.
at disadvantage, Nick? Oh, it's that one back there. I thought it was the one
this
right in
one
front
up
of us.
here,
Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
No, not quite yet, but that one's coming up. Actually coming up right now. So can you firstly roll the heat metal damage?
Yep, 1 second. 68.
It's not going to try to cast off its armor. It doesn't have the time to do that. So he's going to try to fight through it.
That's a bit better. Roll
And
17.
don't forget it was 6th level.
Yeah, I rolled 68.
Yeah. So he continues smoking, and scream is rising within him. He's gonna try to attack Ursa, but this will be at disadvantage. So since he can't attack Frankie. Okay, 23 is a hit,
Yep.
and I get a few of these. So firstly, 17 damage. Second attack
Have
is
down to
gonna be a
9.
miss. Yep, have to 9. And then the final attack at disadvantage is 13. Does that hit?
That is not hit.
All right. And it is more than likely he's going to die. He's going to try to run off. opportunity attack if you'd like to take it, Ursa. Major, you're
Indeed.
flying too high. You cannot. Not only to mention you've used a reaction for the spores ability.
How about a minus 25?
25 hits.
Alrighty. 2d6 plus 22. 30 damage.
All right. As he turns and tries to run, you knock him in the back with your hammer, sending him face first into the ground, and he goes limp, doesn't get back up. Let's see. It's my turn again. Hi, Balrin.
Hello.
Okay. Firstly,
So I'm going to remember it this time for the attack. I do have the Cloak of Displacement. So these, until something
I
hits
knew
me.
somebody had it. That's why I kept asking. I'm like, one of these motherfuckers has it. I know they do. I know it. All right, let me just take a couple look at some things here. Yeah, that's not going to be pertinent at this moment. Let's see. Okay. All right, well, this probably isn't going to work, but it's a good idea, so I'm going to try it. Alrin, please make a DC 12 Constitution saving roll. And let me get myself within 30 feet so that this actually makes sense.
Absolutely.
It's just a shame because you and Cook are the likeliest two to pass this.
Yeah,
But
dirty 20.
the Mystic attempts to blind you, and unfortunately for them, is unsuccessful. And using their remaining movement, they are going to try to hide from you. Alrin, because you have the Cloak of Displacement, this roll will not be at advantage. An assassin sneaks up to you and tries to stab you. And what do I get? 2 scimitar attacks. All right, let's start with the first one. They sigh. A Drow appears next to you, slashes at you, but completely misses, even though they were completely unseen to you. And now I was going to try to go again at disadvantage. Excuse me, because of the Cloak of Displacement. My first roll on the first attack was a 1, and then I just got a 2 and a 3. It was pretty odd. But yeah, a Drow tries to assassinate you and fails miserably. I don't know what else to say about this. It's terrible.
They're
Irden,
scared.
it is your turn.
All right. So seeing that Balrin just kind of took out, what was that 2, 3 people?
Sorry about that cough.
Yeah, Balrin
Um,
yells over his shoulder. Hey, it's safe this way. Nothing but pansies.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna move. Oh no.
The DM takes
Well,
note.
okay. So I'm going to eventually. Oh my god. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna tell you where I'm doing this.
On
My
Irden, you can
little
do it.
thing won't move.
Yeah, if it's
All
easier
right.
for you to just ping a spot, I can move you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no, I was trying to make the circle. Right, 30 feet. I want to cast daylight right about, like, kind of over the top of the house.
And
Or
here it is. What's the
thing.
radius on that one?
60 feet.
Oh, this damn thing isn't telling me how much 60 feet is. And then it does like dim light for another 120, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
For another 60. Okay, so
Sounds
you know what
good.
we're gonna do? Actually, we're just gonna. Yeah, because for whatever reason the walls are kind of blocking this. So just give me 1 second here.
Yeah, so 60 foot bright light and then 60 foot dim light.
There it is. Everybody should be able to see the whole map, including the inside of the building now. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So obviously you wouldn't normally be able to see inside the building, but I just took away the walls and token vision. You guys can just see the entire map now. The only thing
Okay.
you wouldn't be able to see at this point is if there's stuff that's invisible that I put on the map.
Right. Okay. So then I'm gonna move my little spiritual weapon 20 feet and hopefully hit a bad guy with it.
Okay, 20 feet does not get you anywhere
Nope.
close. Doesn't even
Okay.
get you to
Well,
ballroom.
then
That's
that's
all right.
what I
Keep moving it. Eventually it'll get there.
no, it won't, because Power's gonna kill everything before it gets
Yeah,
there. But
well, I
okay.
wasn't going to say that part, but since you mention it, yeah.
No, it's all good. Yep. So that is cast spell moved. Yep, that's my turn.
This dude is going to hop this short fence. No need for a check here. To get himself into a position, and he's going to try to fire over the shoulder of his homeboy there. We're going to roll this at disadvantage. And that's a miss. Another 2 and a 3. Wow. This isn't a roll under game. I'd be killing it right now. All right. That Drow misses every arrow shot. This one will continue to close the distance, and as it moves forward, it will also fire arrows. Same thing, at disadvantage to Balrin. Because you're a threat now, Balrin.
I am.
And those attacks miss. We're going to bring it down to Ursa now.
Closest one's 15 feet.
Right on, move me on up. Now let's start rolling up these attacks. First attack, first 9 there. $21.
Definite hit.
All right. 22 plus 24 plus 12. 36 damage on the first one.
Ow. I have to put some, whoops, I put way too many down. I have to find some harder opponents for you guys pretty soon. All right.
I think the goal is to have a good
He's still
time, and we're
standing.
doing that. So
He's still standing.
Yeah, he was undamaged when you began quarreling with him, and I mean, you've fought with these guys a couple times now. You know these heavily armored guards, they typically do take even a few hits from you to bring down.
Okay, second attack was a crit.
Ooh, all right. Well, that's definitely a hit. We know that.
So let's throw a little first level smite on there. That'll be, let me check my notes. 34 plus roll.
Notably, this
Smite.
Drow is not undead.
Okay. So just the first level smite, so it's 50 plus a roll, so 50 plus 2d6 and 2d8. 66 damage on the second one.
All right. Your first hit catches the guard in the armor. He's able to shrug off the damage. Your second hit catches him in a more vulnerable area between two pieces of armor, dealing a massive blow. We'll say to his midsection. He begins coughing up blood and doubling over. He's bloodied.
All right. Hasted attack, overhead swing. Let me find that there. Yep. How about a 18 plus 9, 27.
It's a hit.
And then plus 22. 31.
And you swing down the hammer mightily, dropping him not just to his knees, but all the way down. He is dead.
All right. How far away am I from that one to the east?
Let's see. That's going to be another about 30 feet.
Okay, I'll go ahead and move in on that one because I got a crit and a kill. I'm gonna bonus action attack on that.
All right, roll it up. Oh man, too bad this guy doesn't have shield.
First attack is a 15. Second one because of advantage, not great. 19 to hit.
19 does it.
19 does it. Good to know. 22 plus 6, 28 damage.
28. All right. As you hit this Drow with the hammer, she begins to cry out in pain, and it's immediately muffled as you are able to kill her.
Sweet. They're all in my turn.
That's it for Ursa. Edmund. Find the tides of battle are turning, and
Yep.
the enemies are on their heels now.
Yep, I am gonna do something. I'm gonna move. Here. Then I'm gonna face step up. Kill it, Ursa.
You
Mine.
could Misty Step up or Phase Step, whatever ability you're using, to right here
No.
and get in
It's
front of
all-
that guard.
It's all right. I'm gonna do something to both, but Ursa's still. Tough. Six. Yeah, with that, I'll just step the other extra. So I'll go the.
Sorry, Scott. You're kind of breaking up a bit, but were you saying you were gonna toll over the dead this one?
No, I'm gonna face it because I need the extra face step up.
Okay.
Face
Then
step.
that'll immediately. That's my bonus act. So that I'll immediately and I use then face step. So I can charm that guard there, or which I know
Okay.
John.
What kind of spell are you trying to use or ability?
It just comes with the face step.
Oh, gotcha. So they need to roll a charisma save?
It's just like a charm person. That
Okay, so I'm
was-
pretty sure that's a charisma save roll. They're an elf, so they'll get advantage on this.
yeah.
They'd have advantage anyways because they're hostile.
14.
So immediately after you, I think I go. This is immediately.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Scott. You're breaking up. I'm just having a
Is
hard
it-
time hearing what you're saying.
Oh, sorry. Is that better?
Yes.
Oh yeah, a lot better.
Oh, okay. So basically, it's the autumn effect. Immediately after you use your face step, up to 2 creatures within 10 feet succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or be charmed for 1 minute.
Okay. Do they get an additional saving roll? Oh, here it is. Gotcha.
Until they're damaged.
Yep. It's actually a wisdom saving roll, but you know what? Their wisdom and charisma bonus are the exact same, so we're just gonna go with the roll I had.
Okay.
If that's okay. That seems acceptable to everybody, but I
Doesn't
think
matter
that's
to
fine.
me. I just don't know what the.
Well, charmed means it kind of regards you as maybe not like your best friends or anything like that, but it's gonna hesitate to try to attack you or do anything against you because it feels like some kind of kinship or something with you. So chances are on this guard's turn, instead of going to attack you, it's probably gonna go after Ursa.
Oh, so I can't like. So I'm not can't say help me run down this warlock.
You You could try to persuade him to
That's
help
what I'm
you,
gonna
but it's
do.
not the same as like a command effect or
Yeah,
anything
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Okay, so after you come out of it, you say, "Hey, I want you to try to help me take down this warlock," is what you say?
Yep. Catch
Okay,
the
roll me a
warlock.
persuasion check, please.
Ooh, nice.
Oh fuck
Wow.
yeah, Edmund.
Oh,
Fuck
yeah.
yeah, Edmund.
What's up?
All right. Well, your suggestion is at least under consideration. You see a quizzical look on over the Drow's face as they look back over their shoulder at the warlock.
Nice. Okay, then I'm gonna use my last 10 feet of regular movement. He won't get a opportunity attack, right? If I run
Oh, but you're
my
going like 16 feet.
oops. Yeah, I have 20 feet of actual movement left.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I was doing, but I was messing it up. And I'll just go close enough. And then that should be get me in range, and then I'll toll the dead warlock.
Where is that tab? There it is. Does she have magic resistance? Nope. Okay.
That's a DC 19 wisdom.
20.
All right then.
Her black eyes look back at you defiantly. You motherfucker.
That was great.
That was fun.
It was awesome.
All
That's
right.
my turn.
This ghoul is going to rush up on Balrin. And let's see, no multi-attack here, so we will try to claw Balrin at disadvantage due to many reasons. Cloak of Displacement, daylight. Great, that's a miss.
Just generally good looking, and that throws a lot of people off.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, the radiance shining off Balrin is just immaculate. Adrian.
I am currently flying. So if I move my 40 feet up and over this way, how many of them would you say I could see? I don't know how tall this building is.
I'll say you could see all of them except for the Mystic and the Warlock.
That's what I was hoping you would say. So I'm going to upcast Hold Person so that I can get all of them but the Mystic. That'd be DC 16 Wisdom saving throws to set my buddy Balrin up for some crits.
So you're going to do a 5th level hold person?
Yes, because it'd be 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Yep. I'm going to use my last 5th
That's
level
the
spell
math I was
slot.
doing. Okay. So these are wisdom saving rolls. Here we
DC
go.
16, yes.
Starting with the
Fuck
ghoul,
yeah.
fail. The assassin that's right next to Balrin,
Keep rolling them
I'll say
ones, Nick. Keep it coming.
Couple more of
the
those, we'll be good.
hussar to the
Fuck
north. Yeah, I mean, well, they don't get a bonus as it is. Anyways.
He passes.
17 with a 0 bonus. He barely did it. And let's see the last one.
Ah.
Okay.
Crit.
So the ones right next to Balrin, however, are
Actually, wait one
effectively
second.
incapacitated.
1 second, there might be something. No, because it's a leveled spell. Can't cast Silvery Barbs. Okay, go on.
Let's see. Just giving them the paralyzed condition real quick, because they are under hold person, paralyzed. And the other two are unaffected. Still 2 out of 4 is pretty good.
Yep, and that's it. I have used all my bardicks.
So I gotta reply to a text message from my daughter who is just upstairs.
Yes.
Welcome to 2024.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Let me open my camera again. I was
that's
doing
the
something.
notification.
Hey, you know what? I'm glad she told me. You know what I mean? She was reminding me about when her band rehearsal was next and stuff because I didn't know. They were like, they gave us this little card at the sign up and they're like, scan this QR code and it'll give you band rehearsals, the marching band rehearsals, the football games, all that stuff. Every time you scan one of these codes, it's just bringing you to like, it brings you to a website, but it's like the poor data of the website or something. It doesn't look formatted right or anything. There's no calendar or nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I guess they finally fixed it. She was letting me know, so good on her. Balrin, bottom of round 5. You've got 2 paralyzed individuals in front of you, which means by proxy they are incapacitated. which means that you have advantage on attacks against them, and if you hit,
Mm.
automatic critical. Enjoy.
You're welcome, Maxie. Love you, buddy.
Yeah. So
Best
Ballroom
friends,
was just
best
sitting
friends.
there. Ballroom's just sitting there, like, or standing there picking the brains out of his beard when the Drow assassin showed up. At no point did Ballroom like acknowledge him. He just watched the knife like skitter harmlessly off the armor, and then finally he gets done. He gets one more piece out, and he's like, "All right, let's go to work." And he looks up and he sees them frozen in place. He's like, "Oh, my boy Nedry must be around." So we'll attack. Yeah, we'll go after the assassin first. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
Oh, that's a definite hit.
And now that's a
Automatic
crit, right?
critical.
All right, so let's see. That we're starting with 26. We'll add 15 to it for 41.
Right, and that first hit rips into the assassin's leather armor and bloodies him. Why did it not subtract? There we go.
Okay. I will swing again. All right, 23. The
Definite
hit. This one is 44 damage altogether.
And your second hit slays the assassin. I've been doing all the narratives tonight. Would you like to narrate how this one dies, or you want me to do it?
Oren's just he's just kind of swinging. There's not much to this. He's just having a good old time taking down these folks.
It's
I
pretty
will now
effortless
take
when they're paralyzed, huh?
Yeah, it's not too bad. I will take my hasted attack on the I forget what that guy is.
Ghoul.
14 to hit the ghoul.
It's a miss.
That was
All
with
right.
advantage? Dang.
Oh no, that wasn't with advantage. Hang on. Sorry.
Forget. Paralyzed.
16 to hit.
That does it.
Okay. That is nice. 46 damage.
This one is also obliterated.
Yes.
Okay, nice. Now, I still have my movement, and because Great Weapon
Hell yeah.
Master, I should get a bonus
Whole person is
action
clutch.
attack.
Sure do. And wow, being
Yeah.
hasted, you don't have to worry about 25 feet not making it there.
I know. So I'm gonna kind of go. I'll let that guy get an opportunity attack if he wants, but I'm kind of going after this guy.
Sure, I'll take that opportunity attack at disadvantage that I'm probably gonna miss anyways. Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
go ahead,
This
miss.
little dwarf running around
right.
like the Flash.
All right. And I like to make. I think he's actually making that sound too. He's like. All right. We'll attack this guy. That is a 29 to hit.
Yeah, that just might do it.
All right. We'll start with 17 damage, but I feel like I'm going to throw a smite on this one. We're going to do. I don't know how bad this guy is. We'll go second level smite. So that's an additional 12 on top of that, so that's 29 damage.
Your hammer collides with the drow, and she's immediately bloodied, doubled over in pain, looks to be in almost the death throes from that one hit.
Oh. We went with a third level. That's okay. That was still a pretty productive round. Goes back to picking stuff
How
out
high
of his
did you
beard.
roll on your smite damage?
11, I think. It was pretty. Or was it 12? Yeah, 12.
Better smite roll would have done it.
Yeah.
It was at the
Yeah, that was it. Thank you.
I like how
Start
you're
the round.
so casual with, I'll just throw a smite on it.
All right. The warlock is going to step here. Balrin, DC 16 wisdom saving roll, please.
Alrighty. There's a 22.
Her inky black eyes look into you. You make eye contact with her, and you too feel this panic rising within, but you're able to quell it. And she hisses a curse as she says, fuck. It might be time to move. This guard, looking over its shoulder at the drow, looks back to Edmund, and let's see here.
Edmund's gonna put on the sad puppy eye. Oh, I need some help.
Yeah.
A dash action gets the guard to behind the drow, who looks over her shoulder and seems actually kind of relieved that the guard is there. Like, hell yeah, out of here. The guard did a rush, or sorry, a dash. They are not able to take an action. Let's see. Hey. The mystic speaks a word in Elvish. The word is escape, and she casts Dimension Door and teleports 500 feet to the north, effectively
Damn
getting
that
away.
spell. Damn that spell.
Irden, it is your turn.
All right, I am. See.
Irden can't see it.
That wasn't the warlock, right? Like the one that has gotten away from us every single fucking time.
No, and that hasn't always been the same warlock. It just happens to be a pattern that they seem to follow. But it's not just warlocks, because now that mystic just did it right in front of Balrin. He hadn't slain her, so she realized with only 4 hit points left, she didn't stand a chance to stay any longer, and it was time to boogie.
Okay. I'm going to, because I don't think the spiritual weapon will get up to them, but I'm gonna move it forward, and I'm going to
That costs your bonus action, but no problem.
move it.
I believe it does. I will double check, but I think to move and attack, you can do both, but it costs a bonus action. I will check.
Okay. Yeah. I see her on a hit as a bonus action on your turn. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So that's
Yeah,
fine.
they're both.
Um.
They're all part of the same bonus action. So if you move
Okay.
it or swing with it or do both, it costs the bonus action.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if I'm not gonna finish them off. So actually, I'll just leave it in front of me, or wherever it was. Just in case I need this for something. Okay. So I'm
So do you want me
going
to move it back here where it was?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Then I am going to twin firebolt at what are those? These guys, yeah. What's that? Drow, Hussar. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and
let's
roll
see.
that up.
So the one on the left, that's 15 plus 4 is 19 to hit.
Yes, that does.
And then at 11th level, that will be 9 fire damage to him. And then to the next one, that is cocked. It's a 8 plus 4 is 12 to hit. I don't think that hits.
Not that one. That's going to be a miss.
Yeah. Okay. And then I'm just going to kind of move back to get a little bit of cover. And that's my turn. Yeah.
Sorry, how much damage did the second one take? Oh no, it missed. Catch up. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Ranged attacks don't seem to be working against Balrin, so this guy thinks, you know what? I am gonna get up there with my longsword, and I'm gonna show this Balrin what it's all about. Huh. But he misses.
1 and a 2. Yeah. Yeah.
I've rolled a lot of really low rolls tonight.
Yeah, you have.
Alright, this one's gonna flank Balrin and finally negate the disadvantage for once and see if that helps things, but man, if I'm rolling 1s and 2s, you know, it's not gonna change anything. a 15. That's still not enough to hit Balrin. So. Maybe muted cook.
I absolutely was. Okay, so how far am I to the warlock?
80. You got the movement. Let me
I
get you up
damn
there.
sure do.
Yep.
I'm gonna
81 feet.
cover the ground like a goddamn superhero villain and just chase her down. Anyone who's within earshot can just hear Ursa go, "You ain't going nowhere," and just swing hammer.
All right, let's have that attack.
First attack. 18 plus 9, 27.
That is a hit.
Damage. 22, 24 plus 14, 38 damage.
8. Okay. So first, let me subtract damage. Second, DC 19 Constitution saving roll. Here we go. Oh, baby. Maintain the spell. All right.
God damn. Okay. Second attack.
Do it again.
That's a crit, baby. Let's go.
Oh, shit. Damn it.
Okay, this is my last first level spell slot. So 50 plus 2d6, 2d8.
All right.
50 plus 15, 65 damage.
All right. Then that drops the warlock.
Just say 65.
Yes.
Mhm.
What?
With a first level spell slot crit. Wait till I unlock the higher level shit. I will. Can Edmund see me?
Well,
Yeah,
you're like,
Edmund can see you. Yeah.
I was about to say, you within us? Because I am totally about to swing on this guy that thinks he's your friend. Does he think he's my friend?
That's how that works.
That's not how Charmed works.
Oh, okay. So
He regards Edmund as friendly, but he still, you know what I mean? There's limitations to it.
So I am
But
still in
you
danger. That's
know.
all I need to know.
You attacking does break the charmed effect though, because it in charmed it does say if you or your allies attack the
Yeah.
creature.
yeah.
Oh, go
He'll
ahead.
be locked
We
in
got-
combat with
yeah.
me. So, hasted action. Let's go for that.
I thought the warlock was like 500 feet away.
No, that was the mystic.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Let's see. Okay. Advantage. Nope. 14 plus 9, 23.
Right, that's definitely a hit.
Right. 22 plus 7, 29 damage.
Okay, 29.
And then bonus action attack.
Okay.
13 and 14 plus 9, another 23.
That's a hit too.
For another 30 damage.
All right. And now the drow is bloodied.
That's my turn.
All right. Ursa's relentless hammer attacks defeat the drow warlock and begin injuring personal guard. Edmund. Obviously, the guard is no longer charmed, and regards you as a foe once again. You may be muted, Scott. It looks like you are.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I said I'm just gonna move up to 30 feet and dead. I think that guard is the thing I can see range.
Yeah. Everybody else would kind of be around the corner.
Yep. So it'll be a Wisdom 19 save.
If you can make it. And no.
All right. Roll some damage. Eh.
Right, so 16 necrotic,
Yep.
which, let's see. It further bloodies the Drow, but he's still in the fight.
Ah. All right. That's my turn. I was gonna.
Nadri and then Balrin.
All right, Nadri's gonna fly up 40 feet.
So now you're 80 feet up.
And it worked so nice, I'm gonna try it twice. I'm gonna cast Hold Person 3rd level. DC 16. Wisdom save, right?
The one's by Balrin, right?
Yeah. They're the only ones in range, the one at the backs. Well,
Gotcha. Well, one of them hit,
one of them.
and the second one failed. So this upper one is not petrified, paralyzed. Excuse me.
Yeah, and that's it. Crit, 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 crit.
All right. So Balrin's starting to showboat a little bit. He's like swinging his hammer around his head. He's like a basketball player. He's like passing the hammer like through his legs and stuff. And it's just starting to showboat. But he's going to take a swing at the paralyzed one first. Not paralyzed, but actually, yes, it is. Go with
Back with advantage.
with advantage.
Yeah, technically it's melee attacks within 5 feet get
Yeah.
advantage when the person is
Okay.
paralyzed, but that's always where you are.
Yep. All right. So we'll go 25 to hit. So
Okay, that's a hit, and it's an automatic critical.
starting at 6, we'll add 19 to 26, which gets us 45.
All right, you strike him with the hammer, and you deal him a bloody blow, but he is still barely standing.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that again with advantage. That's a 23 to hit. Is starting with 26. I'm not sure if E could survive that.
No.
Yep.
With only 4 hit points remaining, he is dead, obliterated by 2 of
Alright.
Balrin's hammer swings.
All right, I'll turn around and do my hasted attack. 31 to hit or
That
24,
might
but
hit.
we're gonna do just for a little bit of like I said. I'm starting with 24 damage. We're gonna smite on here just because, like I said, Balrin's kind of feeling himself. See, I don't even know how many spell slots I have. Let's go with the 3rd level. We'll do 4. All right, so that's 11, 12, 16 plus, so that's 40.
So it's not enough for a death blow, but it makes the creature bloody. The Hustar, as soon as you hit it with the hammer, you crumple his armor inward, and you can tell that the armor is piercing into his midsection, and he's bleeding profusely.
Okay. All right, well, great weapon master bonus attack. 23 to hit.
That's a hit.
We'll We'll go 22 damage, and I'm going to throw another smite on there just for fun. Probably don't need to, but that's a good one too. 15, 20, 21 plus 22, 43 points of damage.
After allowing the Mystic to escape, Balrin refuses to show any relent or mercy, resulting in 2 overkills.
Yeah.
Balrin, he's a
And
Balrin likes
man.
to
If he
move.
can't do it, nobody can.
All right, and then I still got some movement here. So it's kind of actually. You said the Mystic. They went like 500 feet away. Yeah.
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 I'm gonna say they teleported to a spot where you can't even visibly see them, and they could be behind a rock or something. But effectively, they've escaped you.
All right. So Balrin comes down here to give Nadri a high five, but then realizes Nadri's like 30 feet in the air and just kind of he just kind of yells up, "Thank you."
He's actually 80 feet in the air, but you'd still be able to see him because of the daylight. or
No,
dawn,
I
whichever
didn't
one
fly
was
up that
controlled.
second time because that would have put me out of range.
Oh, okay, got it.
So I am
Got it,
about
got
30
it.
feet though.
All right, that's my turn.
All right. Well, there is, let's see, one opponent left, and it is their turn. Drow holds his torso. He throws his glaive to the side, and he puts his hand up. And he says in Elvish, "Surrender." Irden, your turn. You are muted,
All
Alyssa.
right. Okay. So I'm gonna move. That's up like 10 to 30 feet. Oh, fine. Evidently, I couldn't cut the corner. Alright. 30. And then I'm just probably gonna sit here. Because I heard him say surrender, right? From kind of where I was.
Everybody heard it.
Oh,
I'll say he
okay.
took a deep breath and shouted it, and then immediately began coughing up blood.
Joke's on him. I don't speak Elvish.
I mean, that's why he said in Elvish. I don't know. Not all you might know. I mean, I will say this: you did see him cast aside the glaive and throw a hand up, but
Okay.
you interpret that however you want to. You do whatever you
It
want.
was just
I'm
a
not in
really
control of your
shitty
characters.
ranged attack.
Throwing a glaive.
Can I shout out like which house?
Sure.
So yeah, I'm
And
gonna
did you say this
ask
in Elvish?
I'm gonna say it in Undercommon.
Okay. In Undercommon, you shout which house. We'll have to wait until their turn to see what they say.
Can I hold an action or damn it, I can't reach it anyway. Never mind. Yeah, okay. So that's my turn.
Ursa, in front of you stands a heavily armored drow who has thrown their glaive to the side, thrown their hand up, and said surrender in Elvish. Proceed as you may.
I may hit this man in the face for non-lethal damage.
Okay.
Roll it up. Is he blooded?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm definitely going for nominal. Dirty 20.
It's a hit. The drow winces as you raise your hammer, fearing the worst. Roll your damage.
24 plus 14, 38 damage.
May I narratively take control of Ursa for a moment?
You may absolutely.
All right. Ursa raises the hammer. The Drow cowers. Ursa commands the Drow to remove his helmet. Ursa tenderly puts her hand on the back of his head and reaches forward and headbutts him, knocking him out. It ends combat.
Okay then.
I float
he's
down
Let's
to
unconscious.
do
ballroom.
ourselves a bio break, and then we'll come back and resolve
Hell
the end
yeah.
of the scene.
Well,
Awesome.
Let's call it
Perfect.
10 minutes. All right, guys.
And we are back. Okay.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're going to pick up right where we left off. The fight has just ended. Ursa has headbutted the Drow into unconsciousness. Edmund steps up and places dimensional shackles on the Drow to ensure his captivity. And, well, there's an empty guardhouse here. Would you guys like to enter inside of it?
Yeah, I'll
Yep.
pick up the unconscious
Yeah.
draft.
All right, I'll go
I'll
ahead and move all your characters in.
go in, start searching.
All right, so you guys go inside. Warmth of the house. There's a small fire inside. A couple of rooms. The first thing you notice is a great deal of like foodstuffs here, dried rations, things like that. Obviously, an outpost that is somewhat far from Holoth. So there is plenty here to keep everybody alive and fed. You see simple living quarters. Frankie appears there is some sort of book or tome there. As Nadri searches through one of the nearby rooms, he sees a few sleeping cots. He sees a couple candles on a table with an open tome.
Yes, I would like to read said tome.
Okay, it is written in Elvish,
Son of
which
a
you said you
bitch!
do not speak. So you begin looking through it, and while you can tell the calligraphy is Elvish, you're kind of lost, say, for a word here or there. You probably recognize the word drow and things like that, but
Nadri's
on the
pretending
whole,
like he's. Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
okay.
totally. Yeah.
Edmund's gonna roll his eyes and take the book and start reading it out loud to him like he's 8.
Nature's holding it upside down and shit, like, yes, okay, doing the thinking man pose and shit.
I'll just start.
Edmund, you begin reading the tome, and what it seems to be is just kind of like a checklist of like who's coming in, who's going, which guards were here, things like that. It seems to go back for quite a while. You notice there is another booklet on the table, which will say Nadri also picked up. Um, Inside, you see a few simple instructions. You see a warning about your group specifically. You guys are described in the warning. Um, Other than that, it's not. Neither of these are magical tomes or anything like that. They just contain information about the Drow, what they've been doing here. Essentially, you're also able to glean that this is the furthest outpost away from Holoth in this section of the Underdark that you're in. So it is likely that you will come across other outposts as you get closer and closer to Holoth. Likely they would be more and more fortified. Considering that they're closer, it would probably be easier to get fresh troops there.
So I'll look at Iridan because I know she can read this,
Mhm.
and I'll just kind of quietly say, and I'll look at Nadri. Goes, this says, "See, Jane, run."
I knew that, Edmund. But just here didn't I've noticed like when we first started on this adventure, most of the Drow spoke Undercommon, and the closer we're getting to Holoth, it's a lot of Elvish. Is that a thing? Because not to like if we do the seeming spell plan, I don't speak that fucking language.
Irden,
Um,
Drow and
yeah.
Holoth do tend to speak Elvish more often than not, but out in the Underdark, they recognize that not as many creatures speak Elvish, so they will speak Undercommon. They get used to kind of slipping into the Undercommon tongue the further they are away from Holoth. But
Okay.
maybe they're aware now. Maybe they realize that, parts of your group don't speak Elvish, and they're using that to communicate now to confuse you. But this is also something that is, we'll say, somewhat traditional.
Yeah. I'd probably kind of relay that to Nedry in kind of a way saying, you know how when you really like hate other cultures, you find a way to actually emulate them and like think of yourself as better than them because you've taken their culture and made it yours. That's kind of what they do with Elvish as they get close to the city. Um, and out here we out in the undercurrent we kind of do your you try to be a little bit more sneaky because not a lot of things speak undercommon. So or I could teach you some undercommon if you want, or Elvish.
No,
I could teach you
I
some
was going to
Elvish.
say I speak undercommon.
Yeah, I can teach you some Elvish
Yeah.
enough to act like you know what you're doing.
Well, actually, if I cloak my face, I can use my telepathy? No. No. They'll definitely not like that.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, me.
After some
learn a
time
new
reading
language.
through these, the drow starts to stir. He's sitting on a bench nearby to the fire. Ursa is the first to notice that he lifts his head groggily and lets out a low. Oh.
I'm gonna lean in so that I'm face to face with him. And then in perfect, like sing-songy, beautiful Elvish, I'm going to let him know, and I'm going to point at Irden, and I'm going to say, she's going to ask you some questions. You're going to answer them to the best of your ability, and you're going to do it truthfully, or and I'm going to point to myself, am going to beat you to death, and then I'm going to point at Balrin, and then I'm going to say, and he's going to dance on your grave.
Drow, clearly getting his senses about him, looks from you to Balrin. When he finally turns his head to look at Irden, his eyes widen, and he just kind of nods his head with understanding, but he seems very fearful of Irden. Even more so than you, which is surprising. Ursa is very imposing.
Deep down, Ursa realizes that he's more scared of Irden than he is of her, and is a little jealous.
Oh.
And
Irden, you also see this and recognize his fear of a powerful female drow caster, which he is able to tell that you are without even knowing you. And seen, you're becoming too high of a level to hide what you are. As you
Okay.
take a step towards him, his eyes narrow, but not in like a, I'm gonna kill you way, in like a, oh god, she's about to come hit me way, like he's almost wincing.
Okay. So speak to him in undercommon. Just because Ursa spoke in Elvish, and so I'm just gonna kind of give at least Nedry some of the conversation that's going on.
Nadri is going to say
And
back in Druidic, I speak languages you don't either, guys.
but I'm basically like, I asked you before, which house are you from? Or does he have any like insignia on him that I would recognize as a different house or my house?
Oh, just the typical branding of House Gullion on the armor of things like that. And
Okay.
so he, in Elvish, repeats to you, pardon me, my lady, but do you wish to converse in the common tongue? Meaning undercommon. That's the common tongue to him. But even as he says it, he seems to like duck his head low in reverence and almost expecting you to browbeat him for even asking the question.
I think it's so against Irden's nature to do this, but she's actually going to kind of step over him and look down and say, if I speak to you in a language you don't understand, I expect you to answer me in that language that I speak to you. So answer my question.
Understanding immediately dawns on his face, and in undercommon he says, "Of course, my lady. Forgive my insolence. I am of House Gullion."
Nadri's going to lean over to Balrin and go, you sure about this, man? It might be just like a drow thing. Like they can't help it.
I mean, look, man. Yeah, this is I think I just wanted to kill them all. You guys are the ones that are making me not just kill them all. That's
No. Don't you guys. Not to me. There's no you guys.
oh yeah,
I
yeah, that's
wanted
right.
King Daedry.
Like, I just
I'm gonna look over my shoulder and give the same look to Nedry and Balrin, as in a
We're
like.
speaking Dwarvish.
But you guys do
I
notice the
I think I
guard
understand
soldier's
that.
eyes widen as he perceives this as a direct insult to Irden. And he's like kind of flabbergasted that they even had such an outburst while she was talking.
Well, I actually speak Dwarvish, so
Damn
I
it.
will respond to them in Dwarvish, like, guy,
Perfect.
but I'll do it in like an intimidating way. I'll be like, guys, seriously, you're not helping me out here. I'm trying my best. Stop it, help me out here. Think I'm intimidating. Pretend. But I said it like intimidating way.
Balrin switches to undercob and it goes, "My sincere apologies, my lady. It will never happen again.
I'm sorry, my queen.
Please do not whip me again. Not again."
I'm gonna make rabbit
In,
behind her head.
in Dwarvish, and be like, too fucking thick.
I rolled a
but
nat
I'm
20
gonna
on my
turn back to
performance.
it.
He buys it.
Oh yeah, he, now things are seeming more normal to him. He's like, man, you guys are stupid.
Okay, so now I have to get back into character here.
Although part of him
God,
gets
what do
nervous
I-
too, because now he's worried that she might speak to him in Dwarvish, and he's gonna be fucked if she does that.
I'll save that for
You
later.
see,
Put a pin in
he's
that
actually
one.
watching Irden very closely, like for the moment she turns to address him, just in case she does speak in Dwarvish.
Honestly, don't know what I even need to like. Obviously, we know that this is the furthest outpost, so I'm fourth-walling this because I don't know what to ask him. I guess
Okay, so
rotations, like
little
how
DM
often they
help.
rotate.
You haven't
Yeah.
been
Why?
to
Why?
Holoth in a while, so you might want to verify some information with him. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Is this still the same? Is that still the same? Whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's been a couple years now since you've been there,
Yeah. Okay.
or at least close to.
And then, Scott, what were you saying?
Well, I was gonna say maybe you could ask like something about where they got the information from, what are they doing with the
Yeah.
information,
Okay.
and then about like, hey, how do people what can we expect to get in and out of the city? Like, what kind of do they search you? Do they? I mean, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So I was thinking.
I'll like turn to him and I'll kind of. Yeah, no, I don't want to do. Okay, so I still want to be kind of imposing, intimidating, and just be like, like, how long have you been at this post?
He thinks back on it and he says a couple of weeks, and he points to the book. He says it'll say in there the date I'd arrived. And when you look in the
Okay.
book, it has the names of all the Drow in there. So obviously you'd have to ask his name. It says his name is Sol Ray Gulian. So yeah, you look it up in there and you find that he's been there like 2 weeks and 4 days, like very close to the 3 weeks that he said he was there.
Okay. How often, or I would know that from the book. Let's see.
Yeah, you would see that the guards here, it seems like they spend 4 weeks and then they go out. But what they do is they go out in like rotations. So like they'll have, maybe anywhere from 8 to a dozen guards there. 3 or 4 of them will leave and 3 or 4 new ones will come in. And then each week that kind of happens. But in total, each individual guard is spending 4 weeks there. Based on the
Okay.
fact that you saw some people coming up, you don't know if that was just a separate patrol, if that was guards coming in to, check in here and begin their
Okay.
time. You know what I mean? It's all unclear right now.
Okay. Um, and then basically I would ask like, if anything's changed within the city, um, like heavier patrols, lighter patrols, kind of, basically I'm asking him like, what am I watching out for on the way to my house?
How long has it been since you've been to Holoth? Just as a frame of reference. 2
Uh,
years.
2 years.
Maybe just a little bit under. Okay, so.
Oh.
And telling him that, he goes, "Oh my, much has changed in that time." First thing he says is there's been an uprising of followers known to essentially a demigod named Hivaka. Hivaka is a legendary drow that was enslaved for many years and eventually led a successful uprising against her slavers and spent the rest of her existence essentially as a chain breaker, going around to different areas and trying to free people from slavery, oppression, things like that. Her ultimate goal was to eliminate the notion of slavery from Drow society. Fortunately, she was slain long before she could see that vision realized. Through the years, she's risen to become somewhat of a demigod and has started to gain followers. So Havaka, Breaker of Chains followers are known as Breakers. These Breakers have taken up this vow to eliminate slavery from Drow society. Um, those within the city of Holoth, those are the most oppressed people right now, even more so than the slaves. If a breaker is found, they aren't even tried, they're just immediately executed. We know that they exist in the city and that there's cells of them, but they're hidden. They haven't been able to find them all. Havaka is someone that Bearden has probably heard of before, but as a very, very, very minor, like almost like a folk hero. Bearden did not realize that they were ascending essentially to another level.
Yeah, and I'd probably say like in my household, with being the top dog or whatever, I probably didn't hear it as a folk hero until I got out of the house. Because they're
Yeah.
probably like, yeah. Um and
Like in
okay,
your house, Havaka is not spoken
would
of.
be like a demon or something, yeah, that got their just
Yeah, it would
desserts
be
or
like,
so,
why would
yeah,
you even bring that
yeah.
particular name up? Why
Okay.
would you do that?
So, and I think like hearing his story of how they broke the chains, and that's kind of what Irden's doing. I think this kind of resonates with her, it's like, oh, okay, now Irden's trying to go back and change stuff and get rid of
Mhm.
things. So um do you know how I could contact them in any way, or any rumors?
He shakes his head and he says, "If I were to know where any of them were located or could be found, I would have been expected to give that information up immediately, and I truthfully don't know."
Okay. Um, okay. And then so back to kind of going along. Um, are I guess, are there any other houses that would be willing to rebel right now?
He thinks for a moment and he goes, "Probably House Tulin." Yrden recognizes the name of House Tulin. It is a house that used to be run by a patron rather than a matron, which is very rare in Drow society,
Yeah.
named Nelk-Uk. And Nelk-Uk Tulin was known as a kind of like a master deal maker. Like he was just very good at making deals and swinging things in his and his house's favor. And as far as you know, aside from them being run by a patron, there was never any more than the normal against any other house in Drow society. There wasn't a particularly large amount of like animosity or rivalry against House Tulin in particular. They weren't even the second up house. We're definitely on the rise.
Okay.
Explains further. Says clearly you've been gone so long you don't know about this either. But Nelk-Uk was trying to make a deal with some of the dwarves of Embla, was essentially trying to screw them over. And he kind of got caught up in his own little scheme, and it disgraced the Drow and it disgraced Holof. And it almost wouldn't matter given that House Gullion started openly attacking merchants and things like that on the roads not long after this event occurred. But because Drow just they're like high elves. They love the royal circus. They love making a spectacle of things. He was essentially dragged out and shamed for what he had done. And House Tulin was sent into despair and essentially ruined by this. Nelk-Uk has been enslaved ever since and has been sentenced to 33 years of intense torture, of which he's only served about a year.
Oh.
So hated is House Tulin now that their coins are not accepted in Holof.
Oh shit.
And to pay in Tulin coins is either you are purposely trying to insult the person that you are paying them to, kind of as a warning or something, like you're about to get killed or something, or you yourself will probably be outright killed because of how insulting it would be to receive Tulin coins for services rendered or goods and the like.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, so put a pin in that one. Like, we don't save him because he screwed over the dwarves. But we save the house.
Yeah, but definitely if you somehow find your hands on House Tulin coins, do not use them in Holof.
Okay.
Gold coins are
then I
gold coins
will-
are gold coins, but
Yeah.
anywhere
those.
else in the Underdark, they don't care what house is marked on them. It's a gold coin.
Okay.
There, yes, that's not something you want to do.
Okay. That I'll kind of speak back in Dwarvish in kind of an intimidating way. Just so they'll answer. Anything else I need to ask?
No, my lady. I think you questioned the prisoner very thoroughly, and I am always impressed by your intimidation.
And I say in
Well
an
done.
undercomment, the fact that he didn't thank you for not hitting him is an offense to you, my lady. You must not allow this to go unpunished.
God damn it. I'm just gonna undercut him, I guess. Do you want me to actually see if I hit?
This is a narrative moment. You're gonna hit him,
Okay.
and you're gonna deal your strength damage to him.
Well, that's not much.
Or sorry, what is your strength bonus in damage?
+0?
Literally does
0. Okay,
nothing.
so we're just gonna say you deal 1. It's either 1 or whatever your bonus is. So
Okay.
you hit him, you deal him 1 damage. I mean, he's obviously been hit way harder than that. He feels like he got off light, but he just hangs his head shamefully and says, "Apologies, my lady."
I'm kind of ashamed that it was that bad. Like I could have stabbed him with a crossbow bolt and done more damage. It was so bad. So I'm just gonna kind of like turn around and like visibly like wash my hands of him and then say in Undercommon, he's yours to deal with. I wash my hands of him. That way, if he needs more information, we can get it later, or we can put him out of his misery. I don't know. Put him out of his shame for losing. Jesus, Drow are awful.
He kind of looks around, realizing that Irden essentially gave the order to kill him, throws himself off of the bench onto his knees. He pleads with all of you. He says, "Please, I can do more." He says in Undercommon, I can be of more help to you. If there's any way you could convince her." "No, I couldn't, but perhaps you could."
So
Balrin
He says-
loves a good bit, and he would love to
Okay.
like drop to his knees, but he's also not going to do that to save a drow. So, like,
could he help us get in? Could he?
He
Help.
kind of looks around desperately. He says, "Look, I'm House Kulian, but I'm not actually born to the house, so I don't have a lot of sway, but I did rise from slavery to become a guard. I might be able to do something, at least provide for more information. I'm desperate. I just want to be let go. I don't want to go back there, and I don't want to die." His tears well up in his eyes.
Okay, first of all,
Insight
here's
check. Insight check.
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Okay.
But
Mine's only a 15.
26.
Could I, if you say,
23.
if he's saying this in Undercommon, I want to turn around and say, if you won't die to rebel, I have no use for you. If you are that scared of standing up for yourself and helping others, I have zero use for you.
Balrin turns to Nadria, is like, can't even tell if she's joking anymore.
He is absolutely not lying. Those of you that rolled your insight checks, he is absolutely not lying. One of you rolled super low, so would be able to tell that he is like begging on his knees, desperate, telling the absolute truth.
I pull out.
Irden, when you shied him and challenged him to stand up against the Drow, he gets very solemn and quiet, and he says, "Forgive me, my lady. You have not been there in some time. It is purely hell in House Kulian, and surely they will kill me on sight if seen. However, if it is my only chance at living, I would join you." But his voice sounds really shaky, and he's really not very convincing in what he's saying.
So it's more that he's a coward and not that he wouldn't go with me.
I think that's it. Just given the way Drow society is, even for him to make this admission to you is really hard. But he's thinking that since you're not with other Drow, there is some type of chance that maybe you're not as vicious as them, although so far you really haven't shown him that. But he's trying to appeal to the sense that you have actually been to Holoth before, and you know like what their society is like. But the dual-edged sword is because of that, he's like, shit, I'm a male Drow, like they're just going to kill me. Right, I am useless to them. So he's still begging for his life, but it seems like he's also kind of resigned himself that you're probably not going to believe him or take him on.
Can I can I lean in and ask him quietly in Elvish. If I haven't been there for 2 years, who is missing from the house? And I like, don't say the name, just who is missing of the daughters.
Oh, I
And I
can't
want to
believe
see
she
if
called
he
his mother
like
that.
recognizes me or knows of me.
He doesn't,
Like,
and he actually doesn't even know of the siblings that you guys killed back in Embla.
okay.
So he just kind of looks at you blankly, and you can see he's like searching his mind, and then he says in Elvish, he says, uh, I don't know. I'm not even actually of House Gullion. I was born to one of their slaves, but I don't even know who my mother is.
Ear
Do
Just
you
been
know?
given the game name Gullion.
Yeah. Does he know like the
Which you
power
would know is
structure
kind of a
though?
common thing. Like if a slave or outsider rises up in a house, they will be essentially branded with the house name. Like you give up your name and you take
Yeah.
the house name as part of your fealty. So that lines up. The fact that he went from a slave to a guard and is now has the name Gullion makes sense.
Earden, you're speaking the
Yeah.
funny language again. I have a map. Could you ask him if he can mark out where the other outposts are, so maybe we can try to weave our way between them?
Yeah. I'll mention that to him and like basically what I want to see is if he kind of recognizes the hierarchy and then like tell him where I am in that hierarchy to see, and I want to see if he would be of the type of person to go, oh shit, this could actually happen kind of thinking to where he would be of use, and you know, I could kind of have him help me because I'm not going to take him with me into the city, but I would have him stay here and help the armies that's coming behind us. Or if he's the type to go, yep, still no, I'm a chicken shit kind of thing. Does that make sense?
It does. So with him, he seems like he's useful, and it's not so much that he's a chicken shit. It's that he's really fucking paranoid. You float this
Okay.
idea to him, and the first thing he's worried about is, well, when the rest of them show up, won't they just kill me?
Not if I say that you're with me.
Still looks nervous, and he says, "What if you're not here?" And he's worried about like subordination and stuff, which, while foolish, does still happen among Drow.
I'd probably, the guy that's coming behind us, forgot his name. Like he works with Drow, right? Like he wouldn't, the
He's had
mercenary group.
dealings with Drow before. I'm actually looking for his name too, because I forgot what it is off the
Yeah.
top of my head. I'm like, shit, where is he?
It's
The guy with the
Swift.
swift blade.
Swift.
Oh,
Swift.
Berenger. Berenger
Swift.
Swift.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You would assume that he's had dealings with Drow before. You may have even seen a Drow or two among his rank.
Okay. Then I would actually, I think I'd be very confident in saying that somebody here will be in charge that will guide you in the best way to be helpful. And then I'll have him like take Nedry's map and mark like as much information as he is knowledgeable about, like you know, posts,
Patrol
post
routes.
outside, whatever, which way they travel, yeah, like anything on the way to
Oh,
Hola.
which way
I
did
think
you restrain him, Edmund? Did you cuff him with his arms behind his back?
Yeah, just like copper.
So he asks two things. He says, "May I rise and look at it on the table here, and may I have my hands restrained in the front so I can point at the map." He doesn't even say, "May I be freed?" He just says, "Can you put him in the front?"
I seem. So
I
we'll
don't think
maybe
he's going anywhere, guys.
no.
Not
Yeah.
without dying.
Okay. He's nervous as fuck, but he stands slowly, catches his balance, steps over to the table. We'll just say Ursa releases him from the shackles, pulls his arms around the front, shackles them again. Irden unfurls the map in front of him, and he begins going down the road that you're on and pointing out approximate locations. Talking about some of the terrain features of them, maybe the reasons why the outposts are there. Sorry, I just got a catch in my throat. But that I'll have to give you that information at a later time. I don't have it all
Yep.
handy for right now, but I'll get that all sorted. And actually, let me write that in my notes. It's the locations and number of outposts. Is there anything else you guys wanted to ask him?
Patrol routes, if he knows them, and like how often they're traveled.
Okay, so locations and number of outposts. Terrain,
And
features,
then just the other thing I
patrol
would say,
schedule.
because most everybody
Yes.
knows. Well, everybody, does he speak Common?
No, he speaks Undercommon and Elvish.
Okay.
To him, Common
Well,
is
just
Undercommon. Like when you say, "Do you speak
okay.
Common
Yeah.
and Undercommon?" He says back, "Of course I do."
Yeah. So I'll basically
That's how
just be
common
like,
Undercommon is to these
yeah,
folks.
exactly. But I'll explain to him that from now on, pretty much anybody that comes here that's associated with this group, whether they speak to you in Undercommon or Elvish, please answer them back honestly, as if they are my equals. And then the other question was how, like, who knows about this group? Why are they warning you of us specifically?
I'm trying to think of a way for him to explain this without just coming out and saying it, but I don't really know. But essentially, the information gets trickled down to them from Matron Melora herself. Says, of course, from the scrying pool within Olgrith Tower. That's how
Told
we
you.
get all the
I
information
called
on
it.
the outside.
Nadri said that weeks ago.
And Nadri, you're familiar with the scrying spell. I would assume that definitely Irden would be, because Drow used this spell. If you are scryed upon, you get a save to not be scryed upon, but objects and locations can also be scryed upon. Chances are you guys weren't scryed directly, but maybe a Drow that you were fighting was, or a location within or outside of maybe even the Drow house that you're at right now.
Yeah, she's got like Google Home.
I
set up
know.
during
Kind
tunnel.
of. Yeah, she's got the Ring app everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to go for. Yes, the Ring app gives her
That's kind of
notification.
what they've been doing is rather than target you and give you the chance to know that you're being looked at, you're just able to look at a lot of different areas, and once they get a bead on where you're going, just go to the next point, the next point, the next point. It's actually kind of easy.
Yeah,
What's your name?
because there's only one to go. So, yep.
Or Sol Ray Gullion, though no offense, my lady, because he's not sure exactly what house you're associated with. I'd rather not bear the Gullion name. It was branded upon me. I had to take it, but the life of a soldier and guard is better than the life of a slave, as I'm sure you know, my lady.
How tied to you being a drow are you?
He looks at you confused as shit and says, "As tied as you are to being dragonborn?"
What if I told you that there
I
was
was-
options? I've learned this new spell, and I kind of want to give it a try.
Do you need me to kill him first?
I was gonna let Ursa do it.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense. Okay.
Well, we could try it over and over. We could just kill him instead.
We're
Ooh,
not
you want
torturing
me
the
to
animals.
experience
No.
death?
Yeah, and
No,
then you
we're
can-
giving him freedom.
from being a
Not
drow
this
slave.
way.
See, you can yes, this way. Ursa, hit him in the head.
Could we just burn the slave mark off instead?
Yeah, but he'd still be a drow, and why would you want to do that?
Hi.
Bonk or no bonk?
His eyes go very wide, and he darts from Irden back to Balrin like,
Well,
unless you said that in like Dwarvish or something. But
well, he was also a slave, so he not entirely.
As
What
Ursa
house did he-
Ursa starts to raise her hammer, I'm gonna be like, wait, I forgot. I don't have that
I
spell
mean,
slot.
you-
I don't have that spell slot.
He's just gonna be like, hang on, guys. He's got to hang out dead there for 8 hours while I take a nap, and then I can do it.
God,
jeez, he
Jesus.
thought the Drow were fucking vicious. Holy shit!
I was like, why don't I see
I'm
the
probably-
oh shit, it's
And I'm probably just standing there like this is every day. Like he's like horrified.
He is.
We're
I mean,
about
he's
to
been in
do-
this type of positions before where he's on the brink of death, but obviously it's not a comfortable place to be. And yeah, he's got some fear in his eyes. You know, he's
We're-
taking you very
Listen,
seriously.
it's not death.
They're all
It's just a
disgust-
nap that you don't
They're
remember.
all
That's all.
discussing. They're all discussing war crimes, and I'm just sitting here like, Jesus Christ, it's Tuesday.
Not a war crime.
Not
We're
yet.
freeing him from slavery and oppression.
Could we just say he's done? He's free? Pick a house, any house, make up a house. I don't fucking care.
We are
You're at
freeing
that
him
house
from
now.
the disgrace that comes with being a drow male. That's all. I was simply
Yeah, but
offering
look at
him.
Look how
But he's not disgraceful because he's a dude.
I don't know,
Well, he goes,
Aaron.
Well, I
He
wouldn't
is.
go that
Like,
far. But
you are
no,
you
no.
are the exception that proves the rule. You know what I mean? Like every other drow woman I've seen has treated drow men like absolute garbage.
And they're wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
But until
probably
that
slap better,
becomes
though.
like a majority
Can I
opinion.
punch Balrin?
You can.
But use my mage hand to actually do it? Or give me advantage or some shit.
Yeah, I'll let you get
Well-
away with that in a non-combat scene. Sure.
Alright. I want to do at least 2 damage.
Well, my AC is 23. I'll say haste is dropped.
So you get, yeah, no, so bad.
Alrin even takes off his cloak of displacement to make it easier.
Oh,
He goes, all right, the armor.
7. 7. God damn it.
I like to think that it does hit, but it hits with the strength of Irden. So
Yeah.
Like it hurts the mage hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Balrin's like, look how sad he looks. You ever seen a sad halfling? Oh, I've never seen a sad halfling. He could be a halfling in 8 hours.
Actually, yeah, we probably have slaves that are halflings, so I probably have seen sad halflings.
Yeah, I would say, unfortunately, Irden's probably seen the gamut of different types of slaves that are
They all look this
definitely not
way.
happy.
Sorry, forgot one of us grew up as a slaver. My bad.
I really wanted to cast that spell ball.
Maybe tomorrow.
Won't be the same.
Well, no, every day he needs to earn his keep.
We're gonna leave him here. You think he'd get along better with Swift if he was like, I don't know, a gnome? Ooh,
Oh,
better
you're
yet,
so
I'm hoping
short.
for dwarf. Let him see the other side of the coin.
I could send him home to my mom.
I turn and look at him, and I'm like, that right there is a very scary threat. Don't fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, he's scared straight and everything. He's definitely not going to try to fuck up. He does point to the door over Irden's shoulder, and he says there's a lot of dry food rations and extra clothing and such in there.
All right. Go look for goodies.
Yeah, let's investigate the rest of this place.
All right. Aside from that, on the bodies of them outside and from within this place, you find like mostly mundane, drow-made items. No real magical items to speak of. A spellcasting focus on the warlock, although it wasn't a +1 or anything like that. It's just simply a spellcasting focus. So if it's all right, I'll just give you this in gold.
Yep, let
You
me
get
pull it up
about
real quick. Okay.
2750 gold pieces worth of inventory here between different weapons and just useful, more mundane items. Maybe a couple small riches, a little golden statuette, things like that. But this is a pretty far outpost. It's pretty bare bones when it comes down to it. And the guards themselves don't have many possessions.
I was gonna
Aside
say
from like
there's
their
no
actual
like
armor and stuff like that.
emergency stash of like a couple healing potions or something.
You know what? Why don't you roll me a D4 +1, Frankie?
That's a 3, so 4.
So within the stash, you guys find 3 greater healing potions,
Hey.
and let me pick on Alyssa. Why don't you roll me a D6, please?
A 1.
Okay, well that's okay because it was an odds and evens type of thing. So you
Oh,
guys do find
good.
indeed 1 superior healing potion.
Yay.
So the greater are 4d4 +4. The superior are 8d4.
I already have 6 superior in my bag, so if anybody needs those, go ahead and take them.
And you guys find those stashed amongst the foodstuffs and things like that. And hey, the rations, like I said, they're not anything super fancy, but with the amount of food that you have here, you guys are actually able to make a pretty decent hot meal over the fire. Um, would you be taking any type of rest here? I suppose you're kind of already in it for a short rest if you want to take that. Do you guys wish to stay for a long rest?
What are the chances that
Yeah.
Mystic's gonna be sending anybody back?
Are you asking that guard?
Yeah.
He says at some point somebody will come back to try to reclaim this outpost. I don't know as to when. The next guards weren't set to show up for another 2 or 3 days. He kind of counting the days in his head. He says the Mystic and that other group that showed up at the end, that was a patrol.
Yeah, we can rest
Speaking of
here.
patrols, one thing you said was you were asking like how often do patrols come? Usually about once every day a patrol rides through here. So in theory, you probably wouldn't see another patrol for many hours, although you don't know at what time they may show up the next day.
And how far behind us is the army and the mercenaries?
So the Swift Blades are only a few hours travel behind. In fact, as you are questioning him, taking your short rest, this and that, Behringer Swift does show up. He peeks in a window, realizes you guys are in here with a prisoner, knocks on the door, and gets the scoop from you. You know that the rest of the Blades are just about 20 minutes travel behind him, and the army itself will be here in about 10 hours.
Yeah, I would say we'd take a long rest. I think we're relatively safe with the Swift Blades almost here. And we can run down the road.
All right. Um, So, Soul Ray asks, I do hate to trouble you all. Speaking in Undercommon now, would it be possible to remove my restraints so that I may take off my armor and rest properly?
It's up to the group.
How many men did Behringer have with him again?
It's himself and 60 men, 61 total.
I would like to talk to him about leaving 6 to
Soul Ray?
10 6 to 10 men
Oh.
here to hold this position. It's pretty strategic.
Yeah, he
After we
basically
leave.
has got no issue. Yeah, no
Okay.
issue with that
That's what
whatsoever.
I was actually thinking of like doing that, having a couple stay here and hold it so they can continue this on with the army. But then basically, I assume kind of the outposts keep going forward. And so as we take another one, the Swift come in and take that one. And then we keep moving the army up with us.
But
As
you never
well as
want to
having a
completely
back. So,
abandon. You never want to completely abandon any in case
Yeah.
you got to move back.
that's what I was thinking. Like, we just kind of leave a
Stagger.
force,
Yeah, I like
extend a force, and then they just keep kind of, what do you call it, leapfrogging down, and we leave people behind. So our back is also protected.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Max, you're the commanding officer here.
Not when Alyssa's around.
I mean, I'm Balrin's showing deference to Iriden, like, oh yes, a fantastic plan, my lady. We will do exactly as you say. Just please don't hit me again.
I said it first.
So do
Oh,
you indeed remove the
Patri, please
restraints
stop
from Soul Ray?
taking the Lady Iriden's ideas.
I'll remove the shackles
He
and hand
slowly
and give them back to
puts his
Edmund.
armor and just gets some common clothes out of this room here without a door on it, throws them on, and he says, "Where may I rest, please?"
Like,
Give him a cot.
yeah, where's those rooms are down here at the side, like right here.
There's a room to the
Okay.
side that's got a few cots in it. I mean, it's only showing 3, but obviously there's more cots
Okay.
in there. You can set up more in there in other rooms. Wherever you'd like, you can put them.
Yeah. Probably whoever's like crashing in here, and then whoever's got watch will be kind of looking out windows and stuff.
So I'm just
That
gonna move
makes
him into an area in here just for the purposes of doing it. Anybody else going in there to rest / keep an eye on this guy?
I'll take the first watch on him, I guess. We could do rotations.
Yeah, I'll just take whatever watch.
Yeah.
Okay, so Irden takes place on a cot, and Edmund steps in as well and takes his place on this other cot. Who is actually taking like first watch?
Nadru will.
So I'll just move. Ooh, you know what? I will move Walren and Ursa into the
And for
storeroom
my
by
watch,
themselves.
I will climb up to
Ooh.
the roof and I'll hang out up there.
Okay. On the rooftop, about 15 minutes goes by, and far to the south, you begin to see torches in the distance, and make the assumption that that is the blades marching forward. And soon enough, you guys have a crowded encampment beginning to form out here. Ranger and a couple of his upper, couple of his more higher ranking guys come into the dwelling. Don't notice anybody inside. Probably eventually notice Nadri on the roof. And Berenger hails Nadri, and he says, "What's the plan, chap?"
Well, we're gonna rest here. I want 10 to 15 to stay behind hold this. When we take the next outpost, we'll have somebody come back and tell you that leave 5, the rest move forward. Take that outpost, and we'll keep that up as we're moving south. That way we always have something to fall back on in case things get bad. And then also, if the ground in this area, I'm going to cast some magic. Tell your men not to freak out. I'm going to spend part of my watch casting hallucinatory terrain to kind
Yeah, that's a good one.
of make it look like this place is kind of destroyed and falling into a giant chasm in the ground. So if anybody were to view it from a distance, it looks like this place has been just absolutely wrecked.
All right, so Nadri takes the next 10 minutes to carefully craft a scene of pure destruction, as if even the house itself was burned to rubble and is no more.
Yep. And then I would just quietly sit the rest of my watch.
All right. And nothing happens. The Swift Blades all make their encampment. Some even come kind of closer to the house, so it's clearly very fortified here. A small Drow strike would be an easily ended skirmish. You feel that, especially Nadri being up, kind of looking out around here now, you feel that you have a nice foothold here. And especially once the army comes, this is almost going to kind of like knock it off the map for the Drow. Like you've almost just taken this for yourselves. Little token on the way to Holoth. All right, from there, we could just narratively skip through the rest of the watches. We don't need to go through each and every one. From there, approximately 8 hours goes by, and we're going to bring everybody back into the central room. And Berenger reports that it shouldn't be long now before the army is sent upon the outpost. And he defers to the lot of you and says, well, Adrian informed me that we'd be leaving some men here. I think 15 is appropriate. Better to be safe than sorry. The rest of us will accompany you as we have before, just a bit behind. When will we be riding out?
Very soon. Just let the men know that this hallucinatory effect will wear off in about 16 hours. They should be pretty safe until then, but after that 16 hours, they'll need to really start looking out.
He does one of these with his cape and says, I will let them know, and walks out the door. The rest of you begin packing up your items, feeling refreshed. Everybody mark a long rest on their character sheets, please.
Oh, spell slots. I missed you so much.
Soul Ray approaches Earden, and in Elvish, he says, there is something else that I thought of, my lady, that you should know before you leave. As you know, the entrance to Tolgrith Tower is it's essentially a large carcass of a spider, an ancient, huge spider that settled there and was suspended by magic. It was pretty much excavated, all the innards carved out, and its carapace is sustained by magic and used the temple to the entrance to Tolgrith Tower. But he says that a new temple priestess has been chosen, and it is Talanetha Tulin, now Talanetha Gulian. After
Ooh.
her house's fall, she swore fealty to House Gulian very quickly and was taken under the wing of Matron Maelora, and now rules over the temple. She may be somebody you have to
Interesting.
deal with on your way to the tower.
All right. Probably visibly, did one of those body shivers when he was talking about the spider carcass tower thing. But then, yeah, I thanked him for the information.
And
about.
and one more thing before we
Agreed.
go. I mean, you could be a half elf by like 20 minutes from now. It's still on the table. We got time.
He thanks Nadri, but says I'd rather just be who I am, just not subservient to House Goulian or any Drow house for that matter. And he looks at Earden kind of like sheepishly and a bit worried, but he's starting to get a bit of an idea of who Earden might be. Not like a Goulian member, but like that, hey, I mean, yes, she's a female Drow, but she already spared his life. And he thinks he can freely say that he doesn't want to be subservient to a Drow house. He doesn't think that's overstepping too much, although he is still a little bit worried and flicks a glance her way, waiting for a reaction.
I'll probably just kind of like smile a little bit. Not because I think like it's I like that he's changing his mind and I want to encourage him. And then kind of like walk away.
He smiles very briefly too, and it's a extremely pained smile. It seems like something that he's fallen very out of practice in doing. But he's happy to have been spared. The rest of you start gearing up to go. Of course, Eflin's with you too. And in just a brief amount of time, you guys are pretty much ready to hit the road. Is there anything else you need to do here?
Not that I could.
No, I think we're good.
I'm good.
Ethan,
Okay.
can I try my spell out on you? Ethel's not here, so he can't answer. I'm just joking, guys.
Ideally, this map would have been a north to south map, but there was more room on the south for your approach, and I liked that setup better. Now that the battle's all done, this and that, I am going to have you guys exit back towards the south. And you're leaving this Drow behind, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to be absolutely sure. Right, so the group of you steps out and begins heading in a southerly direction.
So, Eridan was this Drow is going to correct, not off. Reading.
I only stood
Wait.
every other word. I'm sorry, it cut out.
Oh, that's all right. Is this Drow gonna stay there, or is
Yeah,
he
so he
free
was
to go?
going to he like with the guys from the mercenary group, the 10 to 15 that are staying, he's gonna kind of help them. He's gonna stay here and just kind of help whoever needs to be
Right.
helped. That's kind of his like his penance or something like that.
All right.
So he's just gonna kind of be an informant. That way he doesn't have to go forward into battle because he's a coward. And he can kind of hopefully like find like himself and be helpful like that way into combat, but probably not. So at least
Gotcha.
he's gonna be here and helpful and not in the way.
Make him the cook. Come on.
Do you guys have a cook in your party? Is there anybody? Well, not cook the person, but you know what I mean. Is there anybody that's been cooking the meals? I don't recall.
I've got a
I
pretty
think
good survival, and
Adrian-
isn't it a survival check? It's probably been me.
Honestly, I'm not
I
even making it
think
a check. It's just one of those things. If you say you're cooking, you're cooking. If it's good, it's good. If you say it didn't work out, it didn't work out. You know what I mean?
Not to mention good
I
berries
think
for days.
yeah, I think the last time
Yeah.
I think it was last session when Frankie wasn't there. You actually like narratively made him cook or something like that in his good berry mushrooms or whatever, and you made a I think you said something like you made a point of going, these are the non-hallucinogenic, non-drunken
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
mushrooms.
You're right. I
Yeah.
did. Yeah. And Nathan said it to everybody, like just so we all know, this is not, Any silliness.
So yeah,
We'll
it's
say
canon
Nadri's
now.
been kind of the resident cook.
Yep.
Yeah, Nadri's been cooking up some fire meals. Yeah, because he made some type of stir fry. That was it.
I'm gonna say it's poor
'Cause I wanted to
roleplay.
incorporate
Nature
the
would
game
have drugged the
theme.
party.
Yeah, no, he would have, but I didn't want to.
I know. I'm just kidding.
All right, so as you guys begin your journey further south with some new information, who is leading the group?
Me with Iridan's help.
Okay,
Yup.
give me a second here. So after Nadri and Írden, who else is third in line? I'll say Ethelin's taking up the back.
It doesn't matter to me what order Balrin. Here.
Yeah. Balrin jumps in the middle.
So we'll just go Balrin, Ursa, Edmund, Ethelin. All right, and as you proceed forward, let me get. I don't need a survival check. Let me get a stealth check from. We'll go with Nadri.
Do I know we're being sneaky?
Essentially, I would assume that when you travel, you're not just like, doing a march down the whole road and stuff. You're trying to travel with at least
Okay.
a degree of stealth.
Pass without trace.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to roll with advantage. Let me roll again. So 17 plus 10, 27.
Actually, the one was 18, so 28. Either way, 28, you absolutely crushed it. You begin rounding a bend, and you see a bunch of glowing mushrooms up ahead. Well, I should say maybe you don't see any of the mushrooms specifically. But you do see a couple of them. They're just bioluminescent. There's really not any type of like properties to them. They could be eaten, but not necessarily hallucinogenic or anything like that. They just tend to give off a little bit
Yeah.
of light. You could break off a piece of them and it would be a torch for 8 hours. Once you actually break it off of the living mushroom, it begins to die, of course. But I just paused the game really quick just to kind of show you this is exactly what you're seeing. You're looking into this chasm and you see, curiously, these two crabs that are the size of humanoids. They're actually says they're large size, so they're even bigger than you. And they seem to be towards the edge of a pool over here, kind of peering into the water and picking at the water with their pincers. Now I'll unpause the game.
Crab legs, anyone?
Guys want me to talk to
Yeah.
him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can you? Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Interesting. Okay. Speak with animals. This one doesn't come up all the time, so I'm gonna have to do a little looking myself here. All right, you get this for 10 minutes. It's pretty nice.
Inspired by my
Okay.
buddy Eric.
What would you like to say?
What you guys trying to get down there?
Nadri speaks in a series of clicks and almost like whispers that don't seem to be words necessarily. At least not in any language you can understand. These creatures, they're shuffling about a bit, but they don't really seem to be responding at all to anything Nadri's doing. They're just kind of slowly moving around. Let me get a perception check from.
Oh.
Everybody can do that.
Could I make a nature check against this kind of behavior?
Sure. Yeah, I'll take nature or perception. It won't take investigation. You're not close enough.
17.
18 perception.
Oh,
Ah,
18
okay.
perception.
Everybody that rolled over a 14. Oh, sorry, Írden, you didn't roll yet. It looks like Ursa didn't either.
18.
Look, are you with us?
I think Cook might have fallen asleep.
Uh-oh. Okay. So Ursa doesn't realize, but the rest of you, pretty much everybody except for Edmund, if you look at these crabs, you can see that not only are they insanely overgrown, but they've got these really nasty tentacles that are like kind of writhing around underneath them, and they look like they've got 4 eyes rather than just 2.
I don't even know how to process that information.
Yeah, do we?
Edmund, I don't think we should eat these.
What I would say, Frankie, at the very least too, since you especially just cast that spell and it specifically calls out beasts, they're not beasts.
Ah,
They're some type of monstrosity, aberration, something that's not technically a beast.
well, they're not crabs, guys.
Now you know you need to
do
get
we?
this way and to the south, and in order to do that, you're at least going to have to come around this bend up ahead, kind of see where the path leads. But no check required. You, Nadri, and Earden are very confident that you are following the correct path. And you know that from where you're at and judging by like how far you've traveled, you're not going to come up to another outpost for a bit. I mean, at least hours from now.
So we have to go this way. So we can either try to sneak around them, which is terrible, but
You guys want me to scout ahead to
You
see
do-
if there's anything else?
I was going to say, you guys do also
yeah.
have the advantage of Nadri's pass without trace. I don't know if that has ever successfully passed all of you. I think there's always been at least 1 or 2 that have like failed.
Nah, we
Oh,
missed out on
easy.
that one fight that Mike still curses me for whatever it was again.
Oh yeah,
The
you're right. I think it was
Dragoloth.
a Dragloth and he wanted to fight it. Which yeah, I do have a Dragloth fight planned for you guys because Mike wanted it. He's not here, so I'm not doing it tonight. We'll do it another night. Just put this one up instead.
I can actually,
Ye-
if you guys want to hang out here, I can turn into a bat, fly up there, see what else we're dealing with.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, go check it out.
Yeah, so I'll draw pass
Let's,
without
instead
trace.
of me
So yeah,
bringing out a bat token and all this stuff and giving you
yeah,
ownership, just go ahead and move your own token around.
yeah.
Obviously,
Oh,
you're a bat, so they don't seem to really, notice anything. That's a wall.
no, I was trying to move them all.
Okay, gotcha. As the Nadri turns into a bat, immediately collides with the wall. Bats are blind, and he maybe isn't used to that. Like, oh yeah, the echolocation, duh.
Okay, what is that comes into view?
So with Nadri's echolocation, he's able to detect that there are about 6 creatures in here that are slowly shuffling around on the floor. Like, as Nadri's watching, this is the type of movement they're doing. It's very slow. Seem to just kind of be searching around on the ground, maybe just looking for food and stuff. They're not moving in any particular direction. They don't even seem to be communicating with one another. They just seem to be existing down here in this honestly quite beautiful cave with a beautiful glow to it. There's a waterfall here up to the north, like a double waterfall, and even to the south. Hear the gentle sounds of water flowing, the cave dripping. You see, a couple rocks, a couple mushrooms, and these creatures well, you don't really see, but you sense being a bat and everything.
I'm going to risk it, right? So I'm going to fly to here, and I'm
Sure.
going to unwild shape, being ready to pull up my hood and go invisible if these things get super aggressive and start charging.
All right. You begin to go to the ground as a bat. You lose your wild shape, and almost immediately this creature like forward, and so does this one.
Okay.
So Nadri's gonna pull the hood.
Yeah, go invisible.
Yep. So Nadri pulls the invisibility hood. Do you move at all?
Yeah, and they can have disadvantage on attack if they want. I'm gonna start running back to the party. They're not friendly. They're not friendly.
Yeah. So Nadri begins rushing back. As he does, they converge on the spot where Nadri was and begin rapidly and savagely attacking that area with their pincers. But they come up empty and they seem to be trying to figure out where their prey went to, but are thus far unable to do so.
So how far away are they at this point?
Let's see. Edmund, you can't quite see them, but Nadri assures you that they're just around the corner, maybe only like 30 feet or so from around the corner.
If you can see my ping, Scott.
I don't know that he can. He can't see your ping. I don't think. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can actually see the ping, I think.
Yeah, I can see the
It's
ping.
just that he can't see anything
Yeah,
on the
so
map.
I'm kind
It's
of
just a blank
telling you,
space.
where I see you.
Like I said, it's clear to you guys that you have to find a way to make it past here one way or another. You need to head to the south.
So wait, did I get a sense
Nadri,
that even though I said I could scream, they didn't hear me? So is it just visual based for them?
No, it's not. I think I kind of overlooked that
Oh, okay.
detail.
Okay.
So given that you say you're shouting to the party that they're not friendly, yeah, they continue just kind of moving this direction and are eventually going to spot you guys. So as they're moving forward, you can kind of hear them coming. Is there anything any of you want to try to particularly do?
Can we pick up a rock or stone, throw it? Maybe they'll run off in that direction.
Nope. Test that. Test that. We're fighting these things, guys.
Right. Well, if it's looking like that's going to be the inevitability, I think what I want to do here is get the combat set up and we'll start it off. It's up to you guys. We could start it off tonight and do a round or two, or we can just save the whole thing for next session.
I hate to be the spoil sport, but I am starting to get a little sleepy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is usually
also
our
with
no worries. I
yeah,
think we
with
all
Cook
are.
not responding right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. I did forget about Cook.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll end it there as I get this combat just encounter kind of rolled up and everything for us. But yeah, while I do that, let's do stars and wishes, and let's start with Cook. No, I'm just joking. Let's start with you, Scott. What have you got for us?
Well, that made my night starting with Cook. So, no, it was really good. I haven't been. It was actually nice to get back into it because I've been very frustrated missing them actually. So this is really.
It's really great to
good.
have you back.
Yeah.
This is the craziest damn initiative order.
I think it's probably
All of my
best
like
initiative
creatures
in
are
so
going
long.
together. Sorry, what's that?
I said that's the best initiative I've had in a long time.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
23.
As sad as
Got
that is.
21.
Nice.
Yeah, go down. There.
Sorry, Scott, didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh no, you're fine. I didn't have any. I don't think I had anything else. I'm kind of losing my steam.
Got it. Okay. I hear you there. Thanks. Appreciate it. Frankie, we'll go to you next.
Yeah, I wrote some stuff down. Edmund, if we gave MVP at this table, I would give you the MVP of the session because the charming and then subsequent persuasion you did on that drow earlier and rolled in that 20 was epic. Max, your narrations during the whole person and that whole end of that combat up there were just awesome. Cook fell asleep. Cook did cook things. We got a lore dump tonight. We got a chance to roleplay. All of that was awesome. Scott, I am so glad to have you back at the table, man. You had me
Yeah,
rolling.
thanks. Fun.
So it was fun playing with you guys. Wishes? Nope. This session was all around just everything you could ask for. So I had a lot of fun.
So, Alyssa, what have you got for us?
So I had a couple things here. Nedry trying to read Elvish was kind of hilarious. And then I have Scott rolling a 20 for Edmund's persuasion on that charm. That was awesome. And also Nedry also coming, like, I could actually kind of picture this like skinny dragonborn running back, like they're not friendly, and it made me like laugh. Being able to role play tonight during some of the combat and stuff, especially with Balrin, like, feeling full of himself and stuff, that was really fun. I just had a great time. The wish that I have is next Friday. We're taking Chaos K to college. So I think we'll be back in time, but if not, that's my wish, is that we'll be mentally okay to do this and be here on time.
You two
Oh,
are gonna
you're-
kill everything in sight. Just kill it.
you got one
You
going next
took
week
my
too?
baby.
We
Yeah.
do, yeah.
Yeah, do ya? Same here. Yeah. Yeah. I know. Tough.
All right. You got anything else for us, Alyssa?
I muted myself. You're gonna see Balrin, Edmund, and Earden getting all the kills next Friday. Work out some
Yeah.
tension.
It's like, no.
Here come out the
Oh,
6
yeah.
spell slots.
No,
Let's use them.
it's not so bad. She's gonna be close, so she'll probably be here half the semester. So
Alrighty. Max, you got anything for us? Stars and wishes.
Just a few stars. As always, Scott, it was absolutely awesome to have you back. The maps were cool. The Fog of War was a really neat concept because Alyssa and I share the same computer. It was clicked on her character. I was making all these plans what Balrin could do. And then I clicked on Balrin's character and saw what he could actually see, and I was like, "Oh, never mind. I can't do any of those things because I can't see that." So that was kind of cool. But Balrin got to cook a little bit in combat today with the haste and the Great Weapons Master getting like 4 attacks per turn, and that was a lot of fun. And then just something I kind of chuckled. Alyssa was talking about how Drow practice cultural appropriation, and I thought that was a fun little conversation that she had going. Other than that, it was an awesome session. Appreciate it.
I second all of those stars because yeah, I enjoyed a lot of those moments during the session too. It was a very, very fun and funny session. Actually also really enjoyed playing that, like, somewhat weak-willed Drow, like, oh yes, my lady, and this and that, and blah blah blah, because it was funny to just kind of like make him as pathetic as I could and watch Alyssa have to have that conflict of like, ah, god damn it, I have to put on a face here, but I don't want to have to be mean to this guy anymore. Like, he was having a very bad day. So that was really funny, and yeah, there was just a lot of laugh out loud moments tonight. So that was a lot of fun, And like I said, I wasn't gonna actually do the whole battle, but similar to how we just started the last one, I was gonna kind of preview the Dragoloth fight and get Mike like really salivating for the next session. Unfortunately, he wasn't here, so I'd rather just save that until a time when he is here. And who knows, maybe it'll be next week. Maybe next week we can get it started or something. We'll see. But this next encounter, I think you guys are gonna enjoy a lot as well. A lot of twists and turns in it.
nice. We'll look
Well, with
forward to it.
Thank you, streamers,
Hell
for joining.
yeah. And
And
with that,
sign it out, Frankie. Go ahead.
heck yeah. With that, we'll catch you guys tomorrow night for Saturday Min Hall. Thanks, everybody.